time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Oh, pop the cork. Celebrate through a parade. You can drink, and I don't care where it's 5 o'clock. You got my permission today. That need to be 5 o'clock somewhere, although it always is, but who the hell cares? You have hit it. You are here. I know what you're doing tonight. I just don't know where. And happy birthday. It is your opening drive, and more so, it is opening day on the opening drive of the National Football League. You get football tonight. Real football, real pro football, real football that counts with fans, with Tommy, with Dak. And you get to sit around and bet on it and watch it and play it and enjoy it. Oh, and it's a Marie, not the Marie, a Marie, a Marie's birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Mira. What's happening?
Oh, thanks. I'm so excited.
You start drinking yet?
Not yet. Not
not?
yet. I'm trying to wait till the game.
What game?
The Bucks Cowboys.
Okay, so
Cowboys,
you're going to
Bucks,
wait
I'm sorry.
till 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Getting old. I can't do it like
I call it.
I can't do it like I used to.
All right. I mean, if. Okay.
I get up early these days.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's a whole new world for you.
I'm like, oh no.
Yes. All right. Well, I did run by my favorite. That's why I was a few minutes más tarde. Sometimes my favorite breakfast burrito place, they're open. He's cooking. They open at 7, but he's in there. When I went by, no one
was there.
No one home. So I was trying to get birthday burritos.
Well, I appreciate that.
But we'll work on that. It's me and A. Marie today. JJ. Hopefully back tomorrow. But we're here to take your calls at 505-246-0610. That's how you can get to us. That doubles as the Quan's Auto Care hotline. It also will serve as the Sports Animal text line, or as we refer to it as the hate line sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Send us your love there. You can send me an email, jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, and on the Facebook. The OD in the AM. You can watch the show there. Adrian, I saw Adrian in person yesterday.
Oh, really?
Live, like in person. Walk up past in the hall. What's up, buddy? Hey.
Wow.
That's right. We bump fists.
Nice.
That's how you do it with masks on. But it was good to see you yesterday. Big day over at ProView, and big successful day over there yesterday. So that's what we're doing. Your guest list will be Jerry Palm at 8:30 today. He, of course, of CBS Sports. I'm really looking forward to looking back at what I thought was such an insanely wonderful weekend of college football last week. And you start looking at the slate this week and you go, wow, we've got the potential of being just as fun, if not even more, coming up this week with the matchups that we have. And so we'll catch up with Jerry and break down week 1 and look forward to week 2 of college football. That'll be at 8:30 this morning. Of course, we're going to talk NFL. And I Cowboy fan, here you go. So, and we'll get into Lobos Aggies. We'll do rivalry and the junk that's going back and forth. And I mean, it's been one of the weirdest rivalry weeks for me that I've seen in a long time, and I've been doing this for a couple of days now. It's just been bizarre. And I'm down with it. I got no problem with the way anybody's handling it, and I know some of you do, but we can continue that if you'd like. We'll get into Tiger talk, which Steve Stricker said. He commented on Tiger. We got the National League West widening just a touch yesterday. Other NFL stuff. The USA men's national team qualifier yesterday. They were winners, and we got all kinds of goodies. But I want to start in the NFL, and what are you looking at tonight? And by the way, how many Vikings dresses do you have? So I got a glimpse as you walked by.
I'm wearing a shirt today. I mean, you're gonna be like, this girl. It's obnoxious.
Okay.
It's obnoxious.
All right. I mean, so more than 15 pieces of Viking.
Well, I stopped buying jerseys.
Yeah.
Because 1, I'm superstitious, and 2, I feel like as an adult, I don't know.
So you feel that there's a point that you stop wearing somebody else's name on your
back?
Yeah.
I mean, I love my jerseys, but I don't know.
All right. No, that's cool. Do
that
you?
Weird?
Well, you know what? I mean, I don't wear jerseys either, but I don't hold anything against people who do. It's not my thing either. I've never been a jersey guy.
But I love supporting my team, obviously.
Yeah, of course. So I see that. If you didn't know, Marie is a Viking fan, and she wears a lot of Viking stuff
all the time.
Oh, and it's her birthday. All right, tonight, to me, this is a couple of things. number one, and it's not about the Buccaneers to me, number one. And I don't even care if they lose the game. I don't think they will. Tonight, the number one story to me is Dak Prescott. How does Dak Prescott look and feel? And by the way, the story doesn't end tonight. Now, it might end if he comes out and looks great and throws for 4 touchdowns and 370 yards. And they win the game, and you're like, okay, that story's over. Can we put that one to bed? Dak is back. Dak is fine. Dak is healthy. Dak is confident. If that happens, okay, then I think the story ends tonight. If he comes out and throws for 175 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, looks tentative, and they lose, I don't think the story is over, because I expect something relatively pedestrian out of Dak tonight. Not because I think he's a relatively pedestrian quarterback, because I don't. I think he's better than that. But I think he's a quarterback who has not played since his Week 5 injury 340 days ago. An injury that was horrific, that had his foot pointing the wrong way on his leg, that had him sitting there holding a dangling foot, that had the rehab that went with it, that coming off a shoulder issue that kept him limited in camp, and I don't know if that's what kept him away from contact, but it's going to be the first time he's hit by the other guys. And I don't even know how much he's been hit in camp. And so that's where it is. To me, this is as much above the shoulders as it is below the shoulders tonight with Dak. And that doesn't make him weak. That doesn't make him not as good. It makes him human. And my gut tells me that he'll have a moment or two, he'll make a good throw, that he may rush a few things, that this is the first time he is in front of live, hostile competition since his foot looked like it was going to fall off his body, since he hurt his shoulder. And by the way, the guys on the other side are really good. They just won the Super Bowl in their last real outing. They return everybody. And it's Thursday night, and they're on national television, and the world's looking at them. So I feel the Buccaneers win by double digits, 13-ish points. I think Dak has his moments, but to me, the biggest story, not the only story, mind you, not the only story, and we'll get into the other ones, but to me, the biggest story is Dak, and the story may or may not have an ending tonight.
Yes. Very good points, too. And I think people think if you're not going for the Cowboys tonight, you don't believe in Dak, but that's absolutely not true. That was such a good point, because I like Dak. I don't like the Cowboys, but I've always liked Dak. Is that weird?
No. Look, and I was that way with Romo, too. I actually like Tony Romo, but I've never been a Cowboys fan.
I'm like rooting for Dak. I hope he does well.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
Yeah, and Mike McCarthy, I don't know if I ever have believed in him, so
Mike McCarthy's getting beat up a lot. Mike McCarthy, I was listening to the show before us, the DA show, on my way in, and they were just beating the living crap out of him, and because it's easy.
What, the Aaron Rodgers narrative?
Yeah, with the Aaron Rodgers narrative, and he wasn't dynamic enough for them on Hard Knocks, and who's not dynamic? Bill Belichick. Now,
Yeah.
Bill Belichick wins a little bit more than Mike McCarthy, but Mike McCarthy, he's a nondescript. I don't think he's a bad coach. I don't think he's a great coach. I think he's an average NFL coach, but boy, it's easy to rip on him lately. Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens tonight.
All right. So what do you expect out of Dak tonight then?
Well, I hope he's protected and doesn't get hurt.
I think that's a big thing with Zach Martin out.
And so that's my biggest concern is their offensive line, and they obviously have 3 amazing receivers. They have Zeke Elliott, who I'm not still sold on. But I hope he's protected, and I'm just nervous for him.
Yeah. So I think he won't get hurt. I don't think they throw him back out there medically. I don't think they throw him back out there emotionally if he's not well. Stephen Jones says he's 100% go, which I probably believe.
Oh yeah.
But okay, if that's physically to me. So I think physically he is good. If you've watched whatever they've released, whatever you've been able to watch in regards to him in workouts, he looks good. The receivers are saying the right thing. Oh, it looks like he never missed a day. It looks like he never went away, Michael Gallup said. And I'm sure that's right. I mean, I'm sure all of that is correct. My biggest thing is, dang, in his head, he hadn't been hit. Right. Last time he got hit, he got broken. And there's something to it. I don't know what that feels like. I sure as hell don't want to find out. But
No.
I'm going to guess it doesn't feel good, and the rehab is probably just as bad. So that's one story. Zeke is another story.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is a big story, which is kind of a sub-story to Dak. And their defense is a story. They did what they can. So you weren't here last year. I called them the Alice Cowboys. There was no D in Dallas.
No.
There was no
No.
D in Dallas, and so I called them the Alice Cowboys because there was no D. So they were Alice to me. They were.
No, they were.
They were the worst
know.
defense that
It
I've
was
seen
bad.
in a long time in the National Football League. And then at some point towards the end of the season, they relatively earned their D back. They earned a D, and that's what they were, right? They earned a D, but they were Alice to me. They were the Alice Cowboys. So that's a big question. Now, what's the story to me on the other side? Do they miss a beat? I look at Tampa Bay. He's got, as much as you want to tell me how great Dallas's receiving core is.
Oh my God.
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown's your number 3 guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gronk's your backup tight end.
Yeah.
Okay, they're pretty good. And now they got three running backs.
I mean, they have people taking pay cuts.
Well.
I mean, they're just
It-
on paper. Obviously, that's what the Cowboys need to understand.
Yeah.
They look like a mess and a lot of unknown.
So we're going to get into
But any given Thursday,
No, I get it.
any given
I get it.
Thursday.
Any given Thursday, the Simpsons will be on or something. Oh wait, we're talking. I want to get into the other side. I'd like your thoughts though, Cowboy fan. That's me laying it out for you. That's where I am on your team, and that to me. Those are the stories tonight. And I don't think you need to overreact one way or other. Beat this team, it's a big win. It's a big win. If you beat them tonight, it's a big win. Go ahead and you can overreact tomorrow. If you get beat, I don't think that means you have to overreact because I think you can still win your division. But we'll have that conversation at 505-246-0610. By now, you should know how passionate Aaron Jones and his company, IPS, is about providing security for your home and your business. And up until recently, IPS had used highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols to respond to your alarm. If it goes off, they're there within 5 to 7 minutes. Now IPS is installing alarm systems. So IPS can put an alarm system in your home and respond if it goes off. They've got your security coverage. You don't need to call anybody else. Call them at 505-897-2420. Or you can go to ipsglobal.com. They're dedicated to making Albuquerque a safer and a better place to live and work. So if you trust IPS, you get a local company, not a business who's going to sell your security to a national corporate giant who then doesn't know Albuquerque like IPS does. IPS can still respond to any alarm system that you have. But if you don't have one, call IPS and they'll set you up for unmatched security. Don't be a victim. Sleep better at night knowing IPS is watching your business, and be confident during the day that they've got eyes on your home while you're not there. Call 897-2420. That's 505-897-2420, or visit them online at ipsglobal.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family.
All right, so what says you on tonight? And you don't have to just give me a score. What are you looking for tonight?
I was going to say the line moved again.
What's it at, 8.5 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way it's going to go, and that makes total sense. I just saw Kiki in the hallway, and you know Kiki, right?
I've met.
Okay, so
I'm getting
Kiki,
to know everybody.
Kiki is a big Patriots fan, longtime Patriots fan, is somewhat in fandom in the ilk of Edward. And so I said, so how you deal with this?
I'll bet you call him Edward.
Huh?
Of Edward of who?
Fandom of Edward,
Okay.
somewhat along the fandom of
I got
Edward, not the personality of Edward.
Got it.
But along the fandom of.
Okay.
And so I just, how do you deal with this? Like, are you you're a Patriots fan, but you would tell me, she's like, I'm so conflicted, and she just spent a lot of time up in New England, and she's out on the Cape. There's a Tampa Bay bar, and she's like, I found out it's okay to like Tampa Bay and Brady because nobody likes Belichick. I'm like, well, I think that's crap. I actually, I know I'm in the minority. I actually like Belichick because I like his grumpiness. I am insanely impressed with the way he has held character and dealt with the media and been like almost never, ever has broken character. I think there was a time around the Aaron Hernandez thing where he showed a bit of humanity, but he has just been this robotic, bitter, grumpy. And then if you see interviews, did you ever watch the 30 for 30 with him and Parcells?
Oh, yeah.
He's actually kind of a funny dude.
Yeah.
Like
He's very funny.
There's a likability there, but the fact that he's been able to sustain that character and that persona in front of the media and be that guy, like 99.7% consistency. There's something about that I like, and I know I shouldn't. But
like the sweatshirts and like what he
love
wears.
Love it. He doesn't give a damn.
No.
And I don't buy into it all. It's all Tom Brady that made him. See what happened last year? Brady won and he didn't. Did you see his team last year? Did you see how many of his dudes, his defense didn't play because of COVID? Did you see who his quarterback was? Did you just watch beyond just those two dudes? But so she said it's okay, and there's a Brady bar in Cape Cod, and so she's like everybody else. And look, I'm on the Brady thing too. And I've liked Brady more since Deflategate than I did before. I think Deflategate is one of the biggest garbage, and I know Ned comes in here. He cheated. Did he? I mean, my thing on Deflategate, and our listeners have heard this, but I think Tom Brady likes his footballs at a certain level, like to feel it a certain way. And this is how it was. And when he came in, he showed the equipment guy, this is how I like my footballs, and that's how they were. Like, did you ever hear the term PSI before that whole thing?
No.
Did you know what legal PSI was? If you asked LeBron James what's the legal PSI of a basketball, would anybody have known what legal PSI is?
Yeah, I actually know the guy who caught the deflate gay ball, DeQuell Jackson.
Okay.
And the interception, and he you're supposed to get those balls like after big games, like when you have a interception or whatever. He never saw that ball.
Well, but those balls are also
no, I'm just saying
theirs.
he was just sad.
So in the NFL,
he just wanted it, not because of that. He just wanted it.
He wanted the ball.
It's Tom Brady.
Now I know in college, the offenses they use their own footballs. Each team has. If you watch in college, they go to one sideline when New Mexico has the ball, and they'll have Lobo stamped balls, and then they go to the other side and they have New Mexico State stamped balls. When they have them, the NFL, do they just use one ball? Do they have probably right? They have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, on the Brady thing, like, what are people bitter about?
I've never disliked him, but maybe I understand like.
I get it.
East Coast or rivalry or Colts fans or
if he beats your team,
Giants,
you don't like him.
I mean, well, the Giants beat him, but you know what I mean, like rivals or in your division.
Well, it's
I
like you don't like.
I can't stand Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I mean, it's my rival.
Yeah, no, I get.
Well,
that.
even though we're not allowed to do rivals anymore, but
yeah, you are. Yeah, actually, yes, you are. Who are you listening to? Yes, you are. That's what, if you don't like, why don't you like Brady? You just jealous? You want to be him? Like, every dude wants to be him, right? I mean, he's good looking. He's beaten Father Time. He's a great athlete, the best quarterback of all time. He's got millions and zillions of dollars. He's married to a supermodel wife. He does whatever he wants. He lives his. Other than that, I mean, like every dude probably wants to. I'd like to kind of live a little of that for a while, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well,
I read his book during the pandemic.
What don't you like about it? Well, he eats avocado ice cream. I don't know. Maybe that crap's good. You ever tried it?
Have you seen his skin?
I mean, have you ever tried? So I've tasted. It's not that damn bad. I've eaten worse ice cream. Like, if you ever tried that and the keto ice cream, like the avocado ice cream's better. It just is. Bruin James, like, there's guys you don't like. You probably don't like. I don't know. Matt Leinart used to beat the crap out of the Bruins, and right. I mean, there's guys from USC you don't like.
Matt Leinart.
Yeah. Carson Palmer. He was good looking, got chicks. You see him in the hot tub with all those co-eds that time? Yeah, see?
Yeah. But I tell you right now, I'm a Bill Belichick fan because I love him because he's a veteran guy and he supports his dad was the coach at Navy, assistant coach at Navy. And I'm a big supporter of Bill Belichick, and
right on.
I really don't have a problem with the GOAT, man. I mean, hey, he's winning, but one thing, Ava Marie said that was her birthday today.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask her out, but I'm a sissy, you know that, right?
No, I just found that out.
Yeah, I'm a sissy.
Just now, like literally just now.
I wear a blue shirt.
So I guess I did know that.
That's really funny.
So yeah, I'm a big sissy. So Ava Marie don't like sissies. So
no, most women don't.
Yeah,
most women don't. All right. Well, figure it out. Put on a black shirt like Chip Kelly, and then maybe I'm just saying, it could still say UCLA on it. Chip Kelly wears the black.
Right.
And then,
all right, guys.
Later. So I'm not really.
I wasn't sure where he was going with that.
Well, he was wearing a sissy blue shirt.
And by the way, I was on the afternoon show yesterday. And
How'd that go?
And great, it's so much fun.
Is it? I've never been invited.
The callers though are the same. Like
yeah.
So you get the Sun, Tommy, Marty, all those guys. They're way different vibes.
Is it?
Yeah, I think people more awake. I don't know what it is.
You like that better? You want to be on that show instead?
No.
I mean, should we trade you for Vital? No. Is that kind of what you're saying?
No. I'm just
That's kind of what I'm hearing. That's more fun.
Those guys are dedicated. These callers.
I know.
I'm just like, shout out to them.
So you'd rather be on that show?
No.
It's more fun.
No.
I promise.
No.
We
don't talk about sports. I like to talk about sports.
Every once in a while. I mean, and look, I believe I too believe there should be a mix. I think
of course. Of course. Avocado ice cream.
Yeah.
We did it.
It's picture day at my house. Right? I mean,
yes.
Addie braided her hair last night. Huh?
Yeah.
I was just telling you off the air. And so up until I think about 12-ish, you always, as a parent, you mark these in your mind, but you never remember them. Like, she would wash her hair every night, and I'd braid her hair before she goes to bed. And then that stopped like everything else. And picture day today, and so she was picking out her outfit and came in about a little after 10 o'clock. Hey, Dad, do you mind braiding my hair? And I'm like, yes. And I still remembered how to do it. It was a pretty tight little braid.
I'm pretty
too.
proud of you.
No, it was pretty sweet. But it was one of those, yes, yes, I'll braid your hair.
So excited.
It was cool. So it was bigger for Dad than it was for her, and yeah.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Like they don't want you to drop you off in front of their friends, or
Well, we're not there yet. So
No.
so she's still. I think she thinks Dad's okay.
Okay.
I mean, at some point, obviously that won't be. But she and I are pretty chill. Like we talk about.
Yeah, you guys seem like you're close.
We're really close, and I don't know everything. I don't pretend to. Probably don't need to.
No.
Or want to. But like there's the boyfriend, and
Cute.
he walked her up to the thing. Thanks, Mr. Well, he asked me that one time. Can I call you Jeff? And I kind of looked at this kid.
What?
But he's thanks for letting me have her for part of the evening. And I'm like,
Part of the. Oh, I can't imagine. And as a dude, it's like, isn't your fear having a daughter?
is it wrong? Okay, I have Ring doorbell. I mean, is it wrong like when it goes off and you kind of see them walking up? And I mean, are you weird to be watching that?
No, because you're protective.
Thank you.
It's not weird. It's
Like,
not
I don't even give a damn if it's
You're
weird.
not you're not a creeper.
Right. I'm not going out of my way, but that's my kid, and that's my
Yeah.
yeah. No, we have that.
Tom Brady gets a hard time for kissing his kids.
Does he?
Yeah.
Why?
I'll show you the video at break.
Why?
I'll show you the video at break.
Hug your kids, kiss your kids as long as they'll let you, man. No, seriously. At some point, and I'm still holding on at 15. At some point, it's not. I mean, it's like we had a good, there's some really gnarly life stuff going on at her school, and I mean, I don't think it's a secret. There was a young man who took his life at her school this week,
So
and
sad.
it's been really, really tough. And we've had some really, good cries and embraces and talks, and hug your kids and kiss on them as long as you can, because at some point they're gonna back away, and you don't get to do it as much. It's amazing how much I enjoyed braiding my child's hair.
I love it. I love it.
It's just
It's the
damn,
little
that was
things.
one of the highlights of my week.
It's nostalgic too.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then I get football tonight. So
Hell
so.
yeah.
All right, 505-246-0610. I want to hear from Cowboy Fan today, and I'll kind of reset you on that. We'll get into some of the baseball. Jerry Palm's going to join us at 8:30 this morning. It's me and A. Marie today at 505-246-0610. If you're someone who always wants the absolute lowest price or best deals, now is the time to act on a mortgage refinance because interest rates are still near historic lows. That could mean up to $1,000 in monthly savings. Up to $1,000 in monthly savings. You just got to call American Financing, America's home for home loans. Now, I like American Financing because their mortgage consultants are salary-based. That means they work with you and they work for you, helping you find the best deal possible. There's no pressure. There's no obligation. There's no upfront or hidden fees. Just a simple conversation around which program is the best option for you. You might even get to postpone 2 mortgage payments, but you do have to call American Financing, and I suggest you do it soon. The phone number is 505-247-9999. 505-247-9999, or you can go online and visit them at AmericanFinancing.net, NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better.
.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Cowboys and Tampa Bay tonight. You get a good one to get started, and I think you're fired up. I know most people are. This is a benchmark on the calendar, and whether it's whether it's your team, whether it's not your team, I don't really think that matters, because I think just about every one of you is involved in some sort of fantasy football or office pool or something, and that's how the NFL is really made itself beyond everybody. Is how did it involve the fans? And I don't even know the NFL did this. I think fans did it itself, and the NFL kind of jumped on it and embraced it. Fantasy football has been the best thing for the National Football League, I firmly believe. And how far does it back? So I was going through my mom. My mom, last time I was there, had a bunch of stuff for me to go through, and there was an old suitcase from college, and at San Diego State, and there was fantasy football like before we were doing it on the internet, right?
Oh my gosh!
And we were
by paper.
There were all these team names, and when you'd wait for the box scores in the morning and get that's how we were doing. I mean, how else were you doing it, man? Back when I was a kid, and but it goes back. I mean, it's not just a last 10, 15 years phenomenon. Over the last 30 years, fantasy football has become a real thing, and I think it's just engulfed people, brought people so much more into the game. Football had a fan base. Every team was into their team, or everybody was into their team. But now you care about the tight end for the Colts, and you care about the defense for the Jaguars, and you care about the running back for the 49ers. And they're not your teams, but you watch every damn game, because if you don't have someone in it, the guy or the girl you're playing against has someone in it. And so that's what they've done. So here's what I've laid out for you tonight. I think this game, obviously it's about both these teams, but the biggest story to me tonight is Dak. And how does he look? If he comes out, throws for 375 and 4 touchdowns, and they win the game, story's over. Dak's off and running, and he looks great, and he's fine. And I think eventually Dak is going to be fine. I have no qualms, no questions about Dak long-term physically. If Dak goes for 146, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, they get beat, to me the story's not over. It's when will he look right? Because I think he will. I just don't believe it's going to be tonight. I could be wrong. I just think there's too much against him tonight. The fact that there was no preseason, this is the first live competition against which he's playing. He didn't play in any preseason games. First one since he broke his leg, since he was broken, since that thing was hanging off his leg, his foot was. And I just think there's got to be something above the shoulders there. And he'll make some good passes. I want to see how Zeke looks. I want to see how that offensive line looks. And really am interested in seeing what the defense looks like, because I'm looking at a Tampa Bay team on the other side, which not only are they the defending Super Bowl champions, who return 22 starters, and have Tom Brady at quarterback and have an incredible defense, they got better. I think, everybody tells me about the receiving core for Tampa, or for Dallas, and how good they are, and you're right. Tampa Bay's, is Tampa Bay's not as good? I mean, who's better? You give me.
I think they're just trying to look for the positives with Dallas now. But if you don't have an offensive line, it might help the running game with Zeke, but there's just too many missing pieces with the offensive line and the defense.
All right.
I mean, oof.
So here's what Tampa Bay's got offensively.
Jesus.
Tom Brady. A pretty good offensive line.
Just read the roster.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's their number 3 guy. And he's settled in. And you know why I think he's settled in? Because I haven't heard a damn thing about him. I haven't heard one thing about his feet and his blisters and his helmet. Nothing. That means to me he's settled in and doing it their way. Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones. They added Giovanni Bernard, and they've got Keyshawn Vaughn, their second-round pick from a year ago. So they're 4 deep at running back. Gronk is their backup tight end. They got O.J. Howard. Tell me where they're weak. And defensively, they're really, really good. So tell me where they're weak. So this is fun tonight. Sean, good morning. How you living?
Doing well, sir. How's it going?
Life's grooving. What's up?
So it's going to be a great comeback game for Dak. I agree with you. I don't think tonight he's going to light it up. I think he's going to take some time. Have to talk about the Jets game.
Yeah, against
Carolina.
I love Sam Darnold this week too, by the way.
I'm hoping we have a BYU quarterback that outplays a USC.
It's happened.
And I said it even before we got Darnold. I'd never trust USC quarterbacks for the Jets. It's never been a good thing for us. But another comeback game that's happening this weekend.
You only had one before. You had Sanchez. Who else did you have before? I mean, you've had 2 of them. Who else didn't work?
I think that's about it. But looking at other USC quarterbacks, I think Palmer had the most longevity.
Yeah, Carson Palmer was probably the best. I mean, Barkley didn't do much, and recently Minard obviously didn't. I mean, you can go all the way back to Pat Hayden if you want, but Pat Hayden was good. But yeah, no, there haven't been great USC quarterbacks in the NFL. Yes.
And you can say the thing about BYU. Steve Young is the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Right.
Jim McMahon won a Super Bowl. He was pretty decent. Ty Detmer had a career. But yeah.
But my question is, what do you guys think about Joe Burrow's return this weekend?
Excited to see that.
Same thing with Dak. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Offensive line has weapons.
They're playing the Vikings, right?
Yeah, that's not why I'm saying this either. But I'm saying that I love Joe Burrow too. But he has everyone's like, they're receivers. I'm like, again, offensive line. What does their defense look like? I hope Joe Burrow looks good too.
Yeah, and
that was so sad last year.
I agree with that. I'm rooting for him, and I actually think. Did he take any snaps in the preseason? He didn't get his broken. He blew out his knee, right?
Right. But yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
No, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
He was just getting beat up in general. Oof.
Yeah. No, I hope
if you can find the picture when the Bengals unveiled their new uniforms, you can see the size of the scar on his knee. And it's rough.
Well, there's a couple of quarterbacks I'm looking at. I'm looking at Darnold. I'm looking at Burrow. I'm looking at Dak. And obviously, then you look at what are the rookies going to look like? What's Zach Wilson going to look like? What's Mac Jones going to look like? I'm interested in Carson Wentz. What does he do? I'm interested in Ryan Fitzpatrick. How does he look in Washington? And what is that offense? Because to me, that's one of the most intriguing teams there is. I think they've got a good running game. McLaurin's good. They added Curtis Samuel. I think that's an intriguing team to me. So there's a lot of really good quarterback stories.
And Matthew Stafford.
I'm Rams.
I'm rooting for him too.
Hell yes. I'd
say we truly live in a time where we have a good set of teams and individual players that you can truly root for regardless of what team they're on.
Yeah.
I want to see Stafford do well at the Rams. I'm even curious to see Goff at the Lions.
Yeah, and that's fair too. I did 5 fantasy drafts. Nobody drafted Jared Goff. I understand why. I understand that team's going to be horrible. But like a year ago, 2 years ago, he was going in the top 10 quarterbacks. Yeah.
My biggest question mark, Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance.
Okay.
I went out on a flyer, picked up Trey Lance, like third-string quarterback to see if it develops that I can throw away somewhere later in the season.
Yeah.
When do you think that transition happen?
Well, if they win, it doesn't, right? So, I mean, it's going to be hard to knock Jim Garoppolo out. I think they got the Lions, the Eagles. They lose to the Packers. All right, so they got a tough stretch. Week 3, 4, 5, they play the Packers, Seahawks, Cardinals. They go 1-2 in that stretch. They may think about it.
That may be a poor choice of words there, Jeff. It seems like it's very easy to knock Jimmy Garoppolo out.
Yeah, well, he knocks himself out. No, he's porcelain.
Yeah, he is porcelain. And Trey Lance, something was wrong with his finger. I'm looking if he's okay.
Yeah, I know he'll be fine.
Yeah, it like chipped his finger or something.
He'll be fine. He'll be all right. That's why Jim Garoppolo is going to go, and they're going to give him the start.
Yeah.
All right, Sean.
Jimmy Garoppolo, to me, one last thing, is like the modern-day Sam Bradford.
Oh, that's really good. Actually, that's really good. Except for he didn't come in with all the hype. But
Name how many?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. But
Viking
the injuries.
Quarterbacks. Oof.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Sean.
Appreciate you folks. Have a good one.
See ya. I remember when the Rams got Sam Bradford. I was like, all right, we got a quarterback.
I remember when the Vikings got him.
Yeah. See, everybody had him. Everybody had him. And that just didn't. He came in as a Heisman winner with all the hype. Jim Garoppolo came out of the MAC with no hype. I think Miami of Ohio, if I'm not mistaken.
Sean Hill was not even on my team.
Look at that.
Remember that guy?
Yeah. Yeah, he was everywhere too. 505-246-0610. Cowboy fan, what's this game about to you tonight? It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be about your quarterback and your line, right? Well, and did our defense get any better? Oh, and does Zeke look like Zeke we paid or Zeke from last year? It's a lot of questions, and the world will be watching tonight. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it, we smash it.
Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Dropped in ace for Michaela Martinez.
No score here in the top of the third. Swing on the outside. Not
Old for El Dorado right before we came back with that big play. He's going to the corner. He's wide open. It's a touchdown to Omar El Shanawi.
Flatman, a sophomore out of Abyssal County. That one's hit well, and Ziegler.
Rivera back to pass. Rose got a receiver open. Caught.
Wow.
Touchdown. What a throw from Rivera to Ben Wilson. That's a 32-yard, 29-yard strike. Academy on the board.
Peyton Prop, and hit hard by Ziegler over the center fielder's head. Can't get to it. That will score Delosier. They send her home. There's the throw. She's in there safe.
Shot through. Bynum with the game-leading goal. Lamar Bynum.
Looking at the end zone, going to Garris. Caught down at the 6-yard line. First down. Wow.
Man.
What a catch by Kellen Garris.
Goes around Bynum. Here's Kumar. Can Kumar even this up? He does! What a dribble shot.
Play by Martinez, blocked up front by Kalajic. The Bengal blocked straight down by Wallace. McIntosh for the swing, and she got it. Number 1,000 in the career of Sydney McIntosh here.
Start. Like, I mean, it is. It's a holiday. It's Marie's birthday. For Marie, and it's opening day, and I mean, I don't care where it's 5 o'clock. Go ahead, man. And I'm not your boss. Well, if I am, then don't be drinking yet. But we're getting 7 pallets of backpacks delivered today for New Mexico Bowl.
Jeez,
we normally don't get them in this early. 7. I don't even know how we're going to unload it and where we're going to put them, for crying out loud. But that's a lot.
Do they say New Mexico Bowl?
No, they'll be in boxes. Like, they'll just be the backpacks, and I mean, it's a lot of stuff. I'm not sure.
How big's the office?
I'm not. Well, I think big enough to somehow hold that, but then we're gonna get more stuff. But yeah,
it's exciting though.
Yeah, so I probably I'll drink after that. Before I do TJ's show, although I'm on News Radio KKOB today. I think at 5 o'clock with TJ, and we're gonna talk football. And every time I'm in there, it's like, all right, and tomorrow, beer Thursday, tomorrow, beer Friday. How come? Hey, tomorrow, we got this guy in there. We're drinking whiskey. How come every time, like, and I hit him last week Friday? How come everybody bring Dougie? Where's Doug? Where's the roaster? Get him in here. You want a beer? Is that a decent TJ?
Yes. Can I come on the show?
And well, that's what I said. I said, how come everybody else there's always beer when everybody else is on the show? Always. And so he hit me. I said, well, what kind of beer you want tomorrow?
Free.
I said everybody's favorite beer is free.
Everybody's
I've never met anybody whose favorite beer isn't free. So I get to go on and I'll be with TJ this afternoon. Get to do a little. We'll talk football. And he's a big Browns fan. Big.
I'm excited for them too.
Yeah, he is too. He has been for the last 3 years. So we'll be there. So all right, Cowboy fan, how you living? And what's it about tonight? I got it's like I get it. I don't think you're going to win. I don't think in your heart of hearts you think you're going to win. I don't. But maybe you do. Maybe you do. And that's cool. I think this is a 13-ish point Buccaneer win. But to me, the story is what's Dak look like? It's not when, or it's not if to me, it's when. And I think it's a couple weeks out. But that's just where I am. I'm kind of curious, Cowboy fan, what are you thinking? You get the Chargers next week on the road. I mean, your schedule's not daunting. After this one, you get the Chargers, who I've not bought into them. The Eagles, who I don't think are very good. The Panthers, who are beatable. The Giants, the Patriots, the Vikings, the Broncos, the Falcons. I mean, and then the Chiefs in November. Tell me where the gauntlet is. It's not. It's all there for you. If you're a good team, you're going to win a lot of those games. And I think soon Dak will look like Dak. I think he's going to be fine. I just don't. I mean, I'm curious to see what he looks like tonight. That's really what tonight's about to me. AC told me, he said, "Good morning, Jeff. Both teams have their own footballs. You can see the logo stamped on their ball. Right? I know that in college for certain. I just wasn't. Do they do that in the NFL too? I think they might. Everybody's got their own balls, and that's why your buddy didn't get to keep the football. It's not his. He can have a game ball, but it's the other team's ball.
Okay.
Dan wants to know where the FFF app is. Jeffrey, no Juan, Jose, y Ana Maria. What happened
Ana Maria.
to the OD's new FFF app? What was it? Football Friend Finder?
Oh, yeah, the app.
Yeah.
Does he need someone to go to the bar with?
Yeah, financed by Crusher. I'm working on a new alarm clock app that on Friday, instead of the radio and that annoying buzzer, it wakes you up with a ho. See, that can happen too. You just got to record the ho, I think, and put it on your phone. And then I can be in your ear just going, ho!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you know it's Friday. See, that can be done. That the technology exists.
We have that. We have the keys back here.
Yeah, that one currently.
Drive that bus.
Currently here. Gus wants to know how the strategy changes tonight. I don't ever remember a AAA baseball game that began in the 5th inning of a 7-inning sprint with the Chihuahuas having a 2-length head start. How does that change the way Albuquerque's baseball team plays the contest? Well, Gus, I mean, they've got to come out and throw everything at it. I mean, you got no time to sit around. You run a starting pitcher out there because the game was delayed from July, so his arm probably tightened up. So you go to a new guy, and you get him ready, and you empty the tank, figuring you're going to go 2 innings, and you just got to come out swinging the lumber and throwing the sticks. And that's how your strategy changes, because it's a 7-inning game, Gus. So that's how it is. Omar just sent me a picture of Jerry Jones.
Oh, boy.
And not an incredibly flattering one, and he said, Dallas Cowboys better than marriage. When you were married, Jeff, or it says when you are married, not when you were. When you are married, Jeff, it is until death do us part. But when you Dallas Cowboys, you're Dallas Cowboys forever. It's chicken bleep when folks become a fan of another team because their favorite player goes there.
Oh, Tom Brady.
The only way Omar transfers is if this guy leaves the NFL's most complete franchise, and that's the picture of Jerry Jones.
Mm.
So is it chicken bleep if you change your allegiance for longtime Patriot fans who are now Tampa Bay fans? Or is it okay to have a second team? And I guess it would really come down to if the Patriots played the Buccaneers, who you pulling for? And that will happen here in a few weeks. Pulling for Tommy, or are you pulling for your team?
I think maybe they hate more because they go and win somewhere else, maybe. I don't know.
They're jealous. So you got to attach your favorite players, hence all those jerseys you have. Probably none of them are still in the Vikings. Right? That's how they keep selling jerseys.
Right.
I don't know if it's chicken bleep. I don't know what rules are anymore. I really don't. I've told you this is one of my things, and you'll hear me say this a zillion times. I'm never going to tell you how to be a fan. Like, do it your way. I'm not going to tell you have to stand or scream or not scream or paint your face or wear a jersey or don't. But I'm interested in how people view these rules. It's an interesting one. Jerry Palm at 8:30. We'll talk college football with him from CBS Sports on the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie on her birthday on 95.9 FM, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal and ProView Networks.
Look at you, bro.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at
Albuquerque, a Cumulus station, the sports animal. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
All right, you also get a little rivalry this weekend. So you got Cowboys and Tampa Bay tonight. You get college football tomorrow. You get a full slate, and you get high school football tomorrow. You get a full slate of college football over the weekend, and then you're on the couch on Sunday. So hope you did all those honeydews and got them out of the way, and I mowed the yard last week, and got stuff out of the way. You get Friday night football this week is I mean, it's not the greatest slate ever, but it's relatively interesting for us around here. Utah State plays, and they just beat Washington State, and that's a team that the Lobos and Utah State were picked at the bottom of the Mountain Division. They're at home against North Dakota, which it's this will be so embarrassing for Washington State. If North Dakota goes in and beats Utah State, and they can. What does that say? And then UTEP is at Boise State. UTEP's 2-0, but I don't think anybody's buying into their 2-0. They beat New Mexico State and they beat Bethune-Cookman. They're like 26-point dogs at Boise State, and it's Boise State's home opener. And I think people want to see what Boise State looks like. So there's a couple on Friday night that you can stare at as well. If maybe you go to the comedy club and it's up on the screen or whatever it is, you can watch that. JJ's out today. Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie on the radio side. It's Adrian on the TV side. Producing for you. You can watch our show. We're on channel 20.5 now over the air on the New Mexico Sports Channel, and also on ProView Network's YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM. Jerry Palm's going to join us coming up at the bottom of the hour. We'll talk college sports with him. Really looking forward to another week in college football. Last week, I told you on Monday, made me realize how much, and not realize, reminded me. Because I think I knew I liked college football. I think I knew I enjoyed the pageantry, the passion, the atmosphere of college football. I might have needed a reminder how much.
Oh, it's so great.
It is so great.
And not even like the big schools, all the
100%.
schools. All the schools.
When Charlotte beat Duke, and I don't expect that you saw that game, but as a bowl director, I watch a lot of games that maybe people don't. And I caught the back end of the Charlotte-Duke game. And a Conference USA school, relatively new program, beating an ACC school, a Power 5 school for the first time in their history, an in-state school in you're Charlotte. You used to be UNC Charlotte, now you're Charlotte. And watching them win, the passion that it meant something. UT San Antonio, who we had in the New Mexico Bowl 6 years ago, they beat Illinois. Second time that program, another young program, has ever beaten a Power 5 program. It goes back to our game a little bit, and I've done the New Mexico Bowl 16 times, and
That's awesome.
Each year I'm reminded how much it means, not just to the winners, but to the teams that get beat. It's crushing for the teams that get beat, and the celebration. And I don't care if it's Marshall or Arizona. Like the Pac-12 teams, when they won here, it was a big deal. When New Mexico's won, when Nevada's won, it's a big deal. And college football matters. And the passion is, as much as the NFL's great, it's a job. The passion in college football is unrivaled. I think there is a difference, and I always try to decide: do I love college football? If I had to pick one, would it be the NFL or would it be college football? It might be college football. I don't play as much fantasy football. I don't, but I love me some college football, and was reminded once again last week. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. There are some other NFL stories that we're watching as we hit week one. One of them was brought up a little earlier and was San Francisco, and I think it was Sean who brought it up. The quarterback, while Kyle Shanahan still hasn't announced his quarterback.
What?
It will be Jim Garoppolo.
We know that.
Well, Jim Garoppolo basically said it. So Shanahan has not explicitly come out and said, here's my starter. But Jim Garoppolo was talking to the media yesterday and said, quote, I told you guys a long time ago I had a pretty good feeling about it. I kind of joked about it, but I always kind of knew where I stood and everything, and now it's official, I guess, end quote. I guess. So that made it official. Shanahan was asked if he was going to have an open competition. He did, but he's still trying to play it close to the vest, but it's Jim Garoppolo.
Right.
No, I mean, there's no surprise here, is there?
No.
Can Jim Garoppolo win that job? I don't know. I mean, you can't pull him if you keep winning, right? You
the
can't,
rest of the Niners team is exceptional.
They're good.
Well, yeah, that's your hate team.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They got a nice defense, a really nice defense. Now, let's see how that defense is with Saleh gone. He was the defensive coordinator, so now they do have a new defensive coordinator. So I still believe that they're going to be really good. They've got a stable of running backs, as they always do. It's Mostert and it's Trey Sermon this time through. They've got really good, quick, exceptional receivers. They've got a stud tight end. So, yeah, they're good. Their offensive line is good. They're good. They're the one team I'm not completely sold on that everybody else is. That's the one team that everybody is going gaga about that I'm a little bit tapping the brakes on. I want to see how good the defense is without Robert Saleh. I want to see. I'm not totally 100% on board with them. But then they're going to beat the living stuffing out of the Lions in week 1, and you're going to say, "See, Jeff, I told you." Well, tap it. Sam Darnold against the Jets really excites me this weekend. I'm looking forward. I think Sam Darnold has a big week this week. I do. I think he's going to have a nice year. I think this is going to be a good fit for him in Carolina. And I know he's a USC quarterback, and I know what the track USC quarterbacks is. I know what the track record of USC quarterbacks is. But I think he goes and has a nice season. And I think it starts with a game against the Jets. I think that's a wonderful week 1. Something to watch with the Chargers, week 1 status. Austin Eckler, JJ loves him. And I like him a lot too. Got a hamstring injury. He's uncertain for week 1 against the Chargers. I like Washington in week 1 against the Chargers. I know everybody's on LA. But here we are. He's got a hamstring injury. He didn't practice Wednesday because of that. Obviously, it's the wrong time to be. Well, I don't know when the right time is. Look at you. I don't know when the right time is for a hamstring injury. he pulled a piece out just in case he had to have his own piece. But I think that's something to watch too. Is Austin Eckler's injury? There were a couple other guys that went on injury designations that you want to watch. Which line is that? Let me figure that one out. 505-246-0610. So he's on the other one, but there's 2 and there's not one that's distinction. I'm going to guess it's 2. Let's try it. Is that Rudy? Hello, Rudy.
Hey, what's going on?
I figured it out. There was 2 lines blinking. Nobody's name was on the thing, and she said, Rudy's on the other line, so I just guessed. Hello.
Cool. Well, right off the bat, I want to let you know I stopped by New Mexico Bowl yesterday to make my bowl pledge for the year.
Thank you, Rudy. And I'm sorry I missed you yesterday. I was out on a project yesterday, but I'm sorry I missed you. Thank you.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's really gratifying, and I mean, I'm just really what's the word, Jeff? I'm so privileged to be able to do this, and I just think that this bowl game has meant so much to so many people that me being on the board, it's almost like when you're a kid and you get to do something really cool.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I used to hang out at the North-South All-Star game.
Yeah.
So Diem used to let me run around and be an honorary whatever, gopher. And I grew up around sports, and sports is a great way for people to express themselves and to come together. And I'm going to switch too. A lot of people speak figuratively and metaphorically, right?
Correct.
Danny didn't mean put your foot on his throat, literally.
Right.
And I'm shocked that a college professor doesn't know the difference between figurative and literal speech.
So if a college, let me play devil's advocate for a minute, and and understand that I'm on your side with this, because I think that was a little ridiculous too. But if a college professor doesn't know the difference, then does somebody else not know the difference, and does that lead to somebody putting their foot on their throat? Now, I think that's ridiculous. I do, but I'm going to guess that's the train of thought.
Professor knows the difference, and most people do.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're a kid, remember when you'd say, "I'm going to kill you." You didn't mean you were going to kill your friend.
Yeah. What are you allowed to say? What are you allowed to say anymore? We want to. I mean, are you allowed to say we're going to beat them, or does that mean, oh my goodness, they're going to beat them?
This goes to that political correct movement. We had the police come investigate us at a football game when we were playing Fresno State because we were chanting "tear his head off" for the kickoff. Okay, so Fresno State, they felt that was a terroristic threat. So one of their ADs contacted the police and came down to talk to us.
Are you kidding?
I'm serious. And that's how some people are these days, that they think they can tell you how to think and what to say. I've always believed that if you're offended by my speech, then don't listen. That's your right. That's your privilege to walk away. It's also my right and my privilege to speak. Now, Danny's in a position where he has to watch every word that comes out of his mouth. At the same time, I think that he has done more to ignite this rivalry than I remember in the last 12 years of the New Mexico State football rivalry. This is a game, I don't know how to explain it to people, but I went to Michigan, okay? When you play Ohio State, that whole week, you don't wear anything red or silver, okay? You see that color, and you immediately get pumped up. It's how people are geared, Jeff, and there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned rivalry. Now, when it goes bad, when we beat Ohio State and Columbus and they turned over cars with Michigan's license plates and put them on fire, well, that's on those people that did it. It's not on Ohio State. It's not on Woody Hayes. And for people to do that is really irresponsible. Responsibility belongs with the individual, and they're responsible for their actions and their words. And that's where I think we've gone off the rails in this country.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. It caught me off guard, too. All right. Hey, thank you for your continued support. I appreciate your friendship, appreciate your support, appreciate your passion. And
sure thing. One more thought on Mark Few.
Yeah.
They're going to suspend him before the season starts. He's not going to miss a game.
You think that's how that'll play out? What do you think should happen?
I think so. Well, one of the things is he needs help. When you have a breath score that high, that's an indication of somebody who probably has an alcohol problem, because if you don't have the presence of mind to know that you're that intoxicated, and you probably should just he's Mark Few. He makes $2 million a year. Find a driver. Find an Uber. Do not drive. Yeah. That's the disconnect with people who have alcohol issues, is they can't separate the driving from the drinking. A lot of people can. I know if I'm going to tie one on, I'm at home. My keys are hanging where they belong, and I don't go near that car for love nor money.
Yeah, and it's. I don't want to pretend to know the man, and so I'll listen to you. But you know more about that than I do. All right, we'll see you this weekend, and probably talk to you before. Thank you, Rudy.
Go Lobos.
All right, see you.
Sure thing.
A lot of interesting stuff there, and the professor. You can get in on the professor at UNM who took offense to Danny saying we're going to step on their we need to step on their throats. You got cake. You got fans.
We got fans, but
you do.
Yeah,
you do.
Talk to him after break.
Yeah, no, I will. All right, cake and Jerry Palm coming up at the bottom of the hour. Summer's winding down. Pace of life is going to wind up. Gentlemen, you ready? How you feeling? You ready to take fall and tackle it? And I can say that, right? Tackle fall. We're still ready to say that. And everything that comes with it. If not, New Mail is here to help you. If you find yourself tired way too often, maybe you put on a few extra pounds, even deal with erectile dysfunction. Look, as men age, these kinds of things are natural, and there's a really good chance you're going to be affected. There's nothing to be ashamed of. New Mail specializes in helping men deal with these things. Give them a call. The number is 505-652-1688. Or you can visit New Mail. That's NUMALE.com. New Mail's cutting-edge treatments have been leading the way for years, helping men deal with low T. This is a no-brainer if you want to feel like you again. They're committed to making you feel better. They're convenient. They're right here in Albuquerque. They're with you every step of the way. But the biggest part of this thing, the best part of this, results. It works. Men everywhere are feeling better, and you can too if you call New Mail at 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688. Or visit them online at newmail.com and feel better.
Get it across. Set. And, ooh, that one was hit with vengeance right there.
Payoff. Handoffs up the middle to Garcia. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 40. Nobody in front of him. 30, 20, 10. And that's a 58-yard touchdown.
Twins to both sides of the field. Lopez back to pass. They're trying to set up the screen. Lopez gets to Gutierrez. He's got blockers and a lot of field in front of him. Gutierrez breaks it into the clear. He might take it to the house. One man to beat on the right sideline. Gutierrez is in for the touchdown. That play was well set up, Coach.
So first snap for Sierra Mintz. He'll dump it in the backfield. See a little trickery from the Lobos last night, and it's complete, and it's caught for a first play touchdown.
Down, gets it up. Abel Benavides gets it over the net. This time Meyer goes for the and it's blocked.
Absolutely. Great defensive effort there between the tackles.
Jenkins will take up the middle. He's got some room.
Wow.
He's in the secondary. One man to beat. We'll see you later.
Wow.
Nobody will catch James Jenkins on an 86-yard touchdown run. Right up the middle. And there's that track speed that Coach Garris talked about. 86-yard run by James Jenkins right up the middle after the Huskies hold in the red zone.
To give it on the carry to Roybal. A lot of room for Roybal. He gets across midfield, still up at the 40, turns on the speed across the 20. Roybal's going to go all the way for his second touchdown of the night.
Pulling away. Siebelin now on a tear. We got a loose player. Sable, she breaks free. The flag stays down. One-on-one. Steps away. She can walk this one home, and indeed she does. It's a score. Nice play.
So there are 4 men split out wide with 3 to the left of Alejandro Sapien. There's a blitz coming from Valley. Sapien will run for his life, and there's another interception. It's a pick 6.
The big lineman got it. 72, I believe it is.
Troncoso, my bad. Troncoso with an interception for a touchdown.
The big
Jenkins looking to his right now, flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his left.
One home for Rome. The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Telling it like it is.
When I watch the Miami Dolphins play, they are so well coached. In fact, since Brian Flores has taken over for the Dolphins, they are the second least penalized team in the National Football League. Number 1 is New England. Of all of Belichick's disciples, we finally have Belichick South. Belichick with Aqua Water.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Are you on the radio? Did I miss my music? I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you at all?
I was doing an extra promo.
Okay. Well, Edward's there. I mean,
Sorry, guys.
He doesn't.
Sorry, guys. We did the extra promo. Edward's in the house.
I didn't see the light on. I didn't know what was. I didn't hear the music.
Sorry,
all right. Goodness. And then there's like cake with a big chunk of.
There's a big cake. The music faded. The promo ended.
Yep. All right, we're gonna do Jerry
It doesn't matter. It's a holiday.
Okay, it is a holiday. It's A. Marie's birthday, hence Holy Day. Edward live from our lobby. Hello, Edward.
Oh my God.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a monumental day in the city of Albuquerque in the 505 and maybe even in the 575, if you will. And it was a pleasure meeting A. Marie this morning. And without failure, I put some effort into you today, A. Marie. A-list Marie.
A-list.
I put on your
cake. You went A-list.
I like that, by the way.
I know you would.
You know, I'm not only a devastatingly handsome man, but I'm a talented man, and I will give you an opportunity to kind of grow and pick up monikers as we go. But A-list Marie, it just kind of stuck with me this morning.
A-list. That's good.
Because I'm an A-list kind of guy.
Look, he brought you a whole cake. It says, what does it say? Happy A-list. Happy birthday, A-list Marie. Go Vikings and Thomas Edward Brady.
I just like the Thomas Edward Brady.
Yeah.
Hey, I have to stay on brand, my friends.
Yeah.
By the way, as people navigate into the office, there's some friendly people here, very kind to me. And it's been good here. It's a good vibe here.
Yes, there is a good vibe here. They're all going to eat some cake here in a minute.
Hey, let me say this. There's a lot to do today. I got to put the Patriot tree up, the Patriots Christmas tree. It's tradition. And then I don't know if anybody watched America's game last night. It was fascinating. It talks about the season of the champion, last year, the Tampa Brady Gronkaneers.
No, nobody watched that.
And, come on now. And Thomas Edward Brady's in his rightful place, playing opening night as a Super Bowl champion, defending Super Bowl champion. And you know that he's going to get number 8. I know people, I think they're being psychologically, emotionally, spiritually dishonest with themselves when they don't take a step back and say, let's fully appreciate what we're seeing. You're seeing the greatest player in the history of the NFL. And I think people should take a step back. Jeff, I've shared this with you. I didn't like Larry Bird growing up. I was a Dr. J fan. But as I got older, I realized I'm seeing greatness. Kobe, I watched Kobe, and that was greatness. And Jordan, and we've lived in the golden era of
Edward thinks
sports.
Kobe's like maybe 12th best player ever.
9th to 12th.
Yeah.
9th to 12th best player in history. So, and that's awesome. Hey, I have a question for Cowboy fans, and I know they're excited. And I thought about this, Jeff, as I traversed 17 miles today to kind of bring cake. And
he walked the whole way uphill.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I even paid the parking fee down there.
With the cake.
If the Cowboys weren't in the NFC East, if they were not in the NFC East, which is a putrid and pathetic division, how good would Cowboy fans feel about their chances about winning a division in any of the other divisions?
Well, so if they were in the West, they wouldn't feel good about it at all. If they were in the South, they'd feel okay because it was. I mean, after Tampa Bay, how good are any of those teams? Well, we're not really sure. And if they were in the North, they wouldn't feel good because they couldn't beat Green Bay. But they
go to the AFC.
Yeah. East, no. North, no. South, yes. West, no. So
maybe one other division they would feel like they would have a puncher's chance to win the division. That would be the AFC South. And I would say Tennessee and Indianapolis would probably punch them in the mouth. But it's not to knock Cowboy fans and their aspirations and their dreams. And they may win tonight. I think the game's going to be a one-score game tonight.
Okay.
I want to call in tomorrow and eat crow. I think it's going to be a close game. But I believe the staple of their mild success over the past decade was based on 3 guys. Tyron Smith, their center who retired, Frederick, and Martin, their right guard. And now that they've kind of aged out and are at the tail end of their career, I just think that it's just not going to fare well for them. And I just think they're, a 9-8, 10-17, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right.
And anyway, Marie, I just wanted to say happy blessed birthday. You seem like a very kind person.
Thank you.
And you should enjoy your day. And, this weekend, do something you typically wouldn't do and have fun. And
I'm going to the Lobo Aggie game.
You wouldn't typically do that.
Because I haven't been here for the rival.
See?
And, for one day at least, I'm going to root for your Minnesota Vikings because I was a big fan of Fran Tarkenton who went to 4 Super Bowls. And
thank you, Thomas Edward Brady.
Absolutely. And I think, people just appreciate what you're seeing. And Thomas Edward Brady will close the deal and get his 8th ring this year.
Oh, boy.
And I think my theory is he's going to go for a 3-peat and then walk off.
Thank you for the cake, Edward. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, there is a piece missing by the way.
We saw that.
We saw that. That was on brand.
Very funny.
All right. Enjoy the day. See you. Did you see his LeBrons that he was wearing too?
No, I was trying to run back here.
Oh, okay. I took my time.
Well, I know.
I wasn't
I'm
sure
a rookie.
if I was able to bring him back, and then management came through. Well, we need to see his vaccination card. And I don't have it. I forgot my ID. I forgot my.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. It happens.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
I'll play the zoom just on repeat next time.
Ooh, that'd be
the hotkeys.
Zoom. All right, so Edward's in the house with cake. We have cake this morning. We have no JJ, but we have cake this morning. 505-246-0610. When we come back, Jerry Palm from CBSSports.com is going to be with us. We're talking college football with him. I'm looking forward to having that conversation. Here's a question for you. Have you taken advantage of these low mortgage rates? If not, you should call American Financing because you might be missing out on hundreds of dollars in monthly savings, maybe more. It's the truth. Mortgage consultants over there are salary-based experts. They're known for saving people up to $1,000 a month. It's a no-pressure, no-obligation experience with no upfront fees and no hidden fees. That's how American Financing does business. Instead, they walk you through the process so you can choose a custom loan that fits your budget. All right? So go out and give them a call. And by the way, you might miss 2 mortgage payments as well. They may be able to skip 2 mortgage payments. So what are you waiting for? Call American Financing, 505-247-9999. 505-247-9999 or visit AmericanFinancing.net, NMLS 182334, and MLSConsumerAccess.org.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog! Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future, All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever.
The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Going to be hot Saturday. They're saying somewhere around 90 degrees. Cool off right around kickoff. Lobos, Aggies, New Mexico State, University Stadium, 5 o'clock. You can listen to it over on News Radio KKLB. Robert Portnoy, Dontrell Moore will have the call. Rivalries. There's other rivalries around. College football goes into week 2 of full breadth. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and A. Marie. I'll get back to phone calls in a little bit. I was reminded, and I said this a couple of times this week, I wasn't shown. I just reminded how much I love college football. I knew I loved college football. I guess I was reminded how much I missed it last week, watching the games, the excitement, the results, the fans, the passion. Jerry Palm from CBSSports.com joins us as he does every Thursday on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Jerry, I'm going to guess, and you were at the Purdue game, I'm going to guess watching Purdue and Oregon State in person and watching some of the other stuff, you probably felt the same way. How you living?
Well, I'm fine. Yes, that was, it had been well north of 600 days since we'd been able to go to a live football game anywhere. And so, yeah, that was a special day for sure. The fact that Purdue won was great, of course, icing on the cake, but just being there. When the marching band took the field for pregame and hits the first note of the fanfare is when you really felt, at least when I really felt, like we were back where we belonged.
Yeah, you love college football. I know I love college football. I guess I was reminded how much I missed it all. We had it, but we had it, and we made do with what we had last year in the way we had it, and it was good that we had something, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I highly recommend, by the way, one of my colleagues, Tom Fornelli's Monday After column, where he kind of talks about his own experience there, and it's a really good read if you have a chance.
Well, I just watched games, and it was coast to coast. It wasn't just in the South or in the Midwest. I mean, the Rose Bowl was full. Did you see UCLA fans in their sissy blue shirts everywhere, just lighting that place up? That place was electric.
It's funny because their fans got lit up for not showing up for the Hawaii game.
That's right.
But yeah, they were out in full force for LSU, and what a great game that was for them, for UCLA.
So what does that mean, big picture? I think UCLA's on the scene now, right? Obviously, they're on the scene. Big picture,
right?
Is when we sit here, let's just say week 10, is that game going to matter?
Maybe, but we don't know that now. I mean, what we don't know is, it's obvious that UCLA has improved, right? Their offense is better. They're able to score. That LSU team has got some talent on the defensive side of the ball, to be sure. But that program, LSU, was hit hard last year by COVID and other players just opting out and leaving the program entirely, and they had a terrible year. And so what we don't know is if LSU is still suffering from the defections of last year and just hasn't recovered yet. I'm not saying this is a COVID thing now. I'm just saying it's a talent drain thing at LSU, or is this really UCLA is just that much better than we all thought? And I don't think we can answer that question yet.
Yeah,
whether this game is more about UCLA or LSU, or how much of it. It's definitely going to be both at some level. But we won't know for a couple of weeks until we start seeing each of these teams play someone else.
Yeah, I think that's right. So how much do we make? We overreact every Monday after week 1. It is overreaction. Let's lose our mind. The Pac-12 stinks, and the ACC stinks, and Conference USA had a big week, and Alabama's great. Okay, the only thing I'm certain of is Alabama's great, although Nick Saban's cranky. He didn't like the effort. Pac-12 beats LSU. They lose to Montana and Utah State. So put me where the Pac-12 is, because Oregon slips by Fresno.
Yeah, the Pac-12 South, not bad.
Okay.
USC looked pretty good. UCLA's looking great. Utah's a pretty good team. They're going to get challenged this week by BYU. That's another fun rivalry game this week. And But yeah, the South, no real significant issues. The North, a disaster. I saw Oregon State in person, and that wasn't a bad team.
No.
Not a bad first game, 3 time zone road trip, and played Purdue to the wire, they were peers, and the home team won. But, Washington, oh my gosh, Washington State, Stanford, Cal.
I think Cal got beat by
the day, and then Oregon almost loses to Fresno State.
Yeah.
Thibodeau gets hurt. We don't know about his availability for Ohio State this week, but at least it's not a season-ending injury. Anyway, Oregon definitely looks like the class of that division for what that's worth.
Well, okay, so I think Cal got beat by a good Mountain West team, whatever that means.
Yeah,
got
is good.
An NFL
no
quarterback, a good NFL team.
Yep.
Fresno State, I think, is better, and I think San Jose State, was the champion of the Mountain West, and they played SC tight. So I know it's never a good look to lose to a team out of a group of 5, and that's why they don't want to play them.
Especially at home.
Yeah, especially at home. But I saw Nevada beating Cal a mile away.
Yeah, actually, I thought that was probably going to happen as well.
Yeah. Georgia Clemson, big picture. Clemson drops to 6. There's nobody left on their schedule that's going to be an impressive win. The ACC got beat. Charlotte beats Duke, and
that was my upset of the week. That one I saw coming.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was that. That was more about Duke and Charlotte.
Okay.
I just thought, it'll be a big game for Charlotte to get to play a Power 5 school at home, and Duke is just not good anymore.
So what does it mean for them? So if and there's a million ifs as we sit in week 1, right? So you don't know what it means. But if
we do know something though, that Clemson does not control its own fate when it comes to the playoffs. They can go 12-1. They can look impressively doing so. And if Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State all win their way out, and Georgia and Alabama will eventually play each other, those 4 teams are in the playoff, and there isn't anything Clemson can do about it.
Because Georgia's got the tiebreaker over Clemson because they beat them.
Yeah, exactly. So, so those 4 teams.
What if Georgia beats Alabama?
Obviously, a lot of teams still control their own fate, but those 4 teams are in the driver's seat right now for the playoff, and Clemson is done as a playoff team in the sense of they just don't control. They're not done. Obviously, there's a long way to go, and a lot can happen. But they need help now to make the playoffs.
Jerry Palm, CBSSports.com is with us. What if that scenario plays out, but Georgia beats Alabama? Let's say, and look, this is I'm throwing stupid stuff at you, but not necessarily. SEC championship game, and Georgia beats Alabama. Let's just say it's 28-10, 28-14. Now does Clemson have an argument over Alabama?
Probably not because of strength of schedule.
Okay.
But I think that would be a discussion. Yeah, and I, by the way, have completely excluded Cincinnati, which is wrong.
So this would be the year.
Yeah, but Cincinnati's schedule took a blow this week when Indiana got smoked by Iowa. They're at Indiana and they're at Notre Dame, and those are the hallmark games on their schedule where they get to make themselves a case for the committee. And Indiana getting beat. Indiana getting beat 34-6 really didn't help Cincinnati.
Indiana, I don't know if you saw that the jersey.
I saw it.
Yeah, I know you did. I know you did. All right, a couple things. Orgeron in the Sissy blue shirt. By the way, and I don't know what Sissy colors are. Wear whatever you want. I wear pink. I don't have a problem. The man wearing purple and yellow was telling me, you and your Sissy blue shirt. God bless UCLA for playing that to their advantage.
I don't know.
Yeah. Why?
It's kind of a meathead thing to say.
It is. All right, I got rivalries this weekend, Jerry. You talked about the Holy War, Utah and BYU. I got Iowa State. I know New Mexico State's not going to resonate to you, but it's going to resonate a little bit around here. Do you like rivalries early in the season, or should they be reserved for those late season? Because I think it spices some stuff up, especially when they're non-conference rivalries like these are.
Well, I think non-conference games are much more likely to be early in the season because, most of your later season schedule, the last 2 months is conference games. So, if you want to play in-state rivalries that are non-conference games, you almost have to play them in September, although there are 4 ACC, SEC in-state rivalry games that they do tend to play later in the season.
Yeah, whatever they are, I think they spice it up. I know people around here, and we'll get a nice crowd. It'll be actually it'll feel like college football around here. It'll be fun. Do you know, fun fact that you would never guess, do you know New Mexico's won 3 games in a row?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I have noticed that they're playing better, and in fact, I have them stringing like 4 or 5 wins together this year.
You don't have.
I mean,
you don't have winning next
they're
week.
a threat to make a bowl game if they can, spring an upset here.
Yeah.
But not this week. They got to win this week, and they should win this week.
Yeah, they got New Mexico State, then they play Texas A&M, and then they get UTEP, and then they go into conference play. So it'll be interesting. Lastly, Boise State UCF last week. It was that was something. Boise State goes out 21-0. Central Florida comes back on him. Boise State's got the ball. Backmeyer just makes a horrible decision, throwing the ball across his body, across the field. I understand what's going to mean big picture. Boise State actually looked pretty good to me in the first half. I thought they looked horrible in the third quarter. Yeah,
it kind of fell apart on them. And, you got to give UCF credit for coming back. And, that was wasn't that game delayed a couple hours?
Yeah, no, it was beautiful because I called.
Weather in Orlando didn't start until almost like 10 o'clock Eastern, I think, before they actually kicked that thing off. So, you got to give UCF credit, but Boise kind of fell apart there. They may end up regretting that here late in the season. But rolling out and throwing across your body, that is fraught with peril every single time. You're lucky if you ever get away with that.
Yeah, no, I was glad that was delayed. I called the New Mexico game, Houston Baptist, New Mexico on TV, and by the time I got home, it was like only halftime. I'm like, wow, I get to watch this too. So for me, Jerry, and it's all about me, as you well know. It worked out well.
Well, why shouldn't it be?
That's right. All right. Anything else I missed out on that you're looking forward to this week? Who's Purdue?
I think I'm going to watch Purdue at Connecticut to see what might be the worst team in the history of Division I FBS football.
Does New Mexico State play Connecticut this year? I don't think they do. They get UMass.
I don't think that game's on the schedule, which is unfortunate for New Mexico State because, UConn, wow. Of course, they'll probably step up and beat Purdue this week because Purdue's a 5-touchdown
Jerry,
favorite for the first time, maybe ever.
I'm going to guess you didn't see this late night in your time zone. Halftime in Carson, California last Saturday night. Halftime, New Mexico State 10, San Diego State nothing. People were it was bizarre.
Yeah. That was a pretty good first half for New Mexico State. They couldn't hold them off, but that's not really. That's not a bad performance for New Mexico State.
Let me real quick, and I know I'm running late on time, Amory, but Doug Martin was on with us. He's on every Tuesday. He's their coach. He said, I didn't realize how big of a step back our program took not playing last year. He says it was like the death penalty. He said that to us. He said it was like the death penalty. It's like we're rebuilding. I didn't realize how big of a step it was to not play at all, as opposed to they played
UConn's like that too.
Yes,
those
are the two. Those are the two
schools. All
schools.
last year, and it looks like they didn't play at all. And in fact, you could argue they haven't played at all this year.
Yeah. No, those are the two schools that did it. All right, we'll catch you next week. Read them every day over on CBSSports.com. His Twitter handle is JP Palm CBS. JP Palm CBS. Give him a follow. All right, my friend. Enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks.
Be well. Jerry Palm, CBSSports.com. He's terrific. He's terrific, and he loves some Purdue, and he loves some Purdue band. He was in it. God bless him.
I think that's awesome.
Oh, it is. All right, we got to talk about your cake and your birthday, and I saw the boss was back there. Was he just giving you birthday salutations?
Yeah.
That's what that was about.
We went over some hotkeys.
I'll bet you went over some hotkeys. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie, JJ will be back, I think, tomorrow on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Staples Connect has amazing prices for everything on your.
Never been all of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Dropped in ace for Michaela Martinez.
No score here in the top of the third. Swing on the outside. Not
pulled for El Dorado right before we came back with that big play. He's going to the corner. He's wide open. It's a touchdown to Omar El Shanawi.
Sophomore out of Abbottsville County. That one's hit well, and Ziegler.
Rivera back to pass. Throws, got a receiver open, caught.
Wow.
Touchdown. What a throw from Rivera to Ben Wilson. That's a 32-yard or 29-yard strike. Academy on the board.
Peyton Prop, and hit hard by Ziegler over the center fielder's head. Can't get to it. That will score Delosier. They send her home. There's the throw. She's in there safe.
Shot through. Bynum with the game-leading goal. Lamar Bynum.
Looking at the end zone, going to Garris. Caught down at the 6-yard line. First down. Wow. Man. What a catch by Kellen Garris.
Goes around Bynum. Here's Kumar. Can Kumar even this up? He does! What a dribble shot. Blocked up front by Kalajdzic. Nafango blocked straight down by Wallace. McIntosh for the swing! And she got it! Number 1,000 in the career of Sydney McIntosh here.
85.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Thanks to Jerry for being with us. Always good stuff. We're Jerry Palm. Good read, good follow, good insight, good dude. Hung out with Jerry in New Orleans. Not last year, 2 years ago.
Fun city.
National championship game. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good to spend some time with him. All right, other college football stuff. On the Big 12 expansion, CBS is reporting that the presidents of the Big 12 are basically going to rubber stamp the invites to Brigham Young, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF tomorrow. So at least 3 of those 4 programs, BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF, have taken the steps to move on. It's been widely, I think, known that the Big 12 settle on those 4 schools, trying to keep their conference together following the news that Texas and Oklahoma are going to the SEC. So Monday this week, Houston's president received approval from his university's Board of Regents to pursue membership in the Big 12. Cincinnati and UCF on Wednesday officially applied for Big 12 membership. Now, there hasn't been any report or any confirmation that BYU has made a formal application to the conference, but there are talks that they could join the Big 12 earlier even than the other programs because they're independent in football. Now, their other programs are in the Big West. I don't know what their exit fees, exit penalties would be. So BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF would allow the Big 12 then to be 12. They would remain, in theory, a Power 5 conference as college football continues to move on. But now what does it do to the American? And is there going to be more realignment amongst the group of 5? I think Mountain West fans are somewhat worried, but I don't know that you need to be. And this is, I don't know anything, inside here. But Cincinnati, UCF, and Houston leaving the American. So what does that do? Does that mean the American comes after what? And I guess the bigger question, we probably should have talked about this with Jerry. Does that make the American any more attractive than the Mountain West right now, other than their current television deal, where there's a little bit more money per school? Does that make the American any more attractive for a Boise State, a San Diego State, a Colorado State, a New Mexico? Would you rather be in that league or the Mountain West? Now you're going to say to me, well, Jeff, what about basketball? Okay, what about basketball? Memphis would be there, SMU would be there, and Wichita State. Is that better than San Diego State, Nevada, Boise State, UNLV? I don't think it is. I don't think long-term it is. I think the Mountain West would then be in a better position than the American. That's me. You take Cincinnati. So here's what you're left with in football in the American. Memphis, SMU, East Carolina, Navy, South Florida, Temple, Tulane, Tulsa. Is that a better league than the Mountain West? I don't think it is. And I haven't been convinced that it is with Cincinnati and with UCF and with Houston. I watched Hawaii beat Houston last year in a bowl game. But that's where we are moving forward in college football. It looks like the Big 12 is going to add those schools and try to hold itself together. And what does it mean when the money comes in? All right, I got emails, I got texts, I got cake.
You got cake.
I got no JJ today. I got A. Marie. On her birthday, we have A. Marie today. And we have cake. Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Edward brought cake.
Edward, thank you, Edward, once again.
One big chunk missing out of it.
Good luck to the Bucks.
I think the people around here are going to love the cake.
Heck yes. As a new person, that's going to make me look good.
Oh, so much cred. You roll into the break room with cake. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie. Adrian's producing on the TV side on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal and ProView Networks.
Hi, I'm Mike Ham with NFL Network.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Get it across. Set. And ooh, that one was hit with vengeance right there.
Here, 95.9 FM and AM 610. KNML Albuquerque. A Cumulus station. The Sports Animal. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Bond.
Coming in your ear on game day. That's right, game day, an official holiday in your life. Call it what you want. Opening day, game day, NFL day, A. Marie's birthday. You can call them all of them. I don't care. You can call them none of them. I don't care either. You can eat cake. You don't have to eat cake. You can have a cocktail during the day. You cannot.
Ready for those free beers.
Oh, yeah. That should come this afternoon. I mean, that's what TJ somewhat promised. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, no JJ today. A. Marie is producing radio. Adrian on the TV side. Glad you're with us. You can get in at 505-246-0610. That doubles as the Quan's Auto Care hotline and the Sports Animal text line. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. And on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. Opening day in football, Cowboys and Bucks. So you care, Cowboy fan. You care. I've laid it out for you, for me, the biggest story. And there's many in this. But what's the biggest story in this? Is it the Buccaneers trying to repeat? No, they're not going to win or lose a title tonight. I think they're going to look fine, and even if they don't, I'm not worried about them. Is it the revamped defense for Dallas? Well, kind of. That's a story. Yeah, it's a story. Do they get the D, or are they just Alice? Because last year there was no D. To me, this is a no-brainer. It's about Dak. And the story may be written tonight that he's back, and he throws for 375 and 4 touchdowns, and they win the game, and you're like, look, there was nothing to worry about. He said he was fine, which would be wonderful for Dak. Be wonderful for you as a Cowboy fan. Or does he go out and be human and throw for, I don't know, $172, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, they lose the game by 2 scores? If that's the case, the story's not written. It's not over. He's coming off an injury that was gruesome, where his foot was pointing the wrong way, dangling from the leg. They put it back together. He hasn't been hit. He had a shoulder injury in camp, was limited, hasn't gone against anybody in a different color shirt. And for the first time, he's going to go out there and he's going to get hit, and it's going to be against the defending Super Bowl champions, who, by the way, are really, really good up front defensively.
Yeah.
So that's the story. How's Dallas's offensive line? How does Zeke look? How's their defense? Are they any better?
Like you mentioned, the Alice Cowboys gave up the most touchdowns to wide receivers in 2020.
Oh, did you see who the receivers are for Tampa Bay?
Oh, yeah. Did you see that?
They're pretty good. Antonio Brown's their third guy. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. They got Gronk and O.J. Howard. They've got 3 running backs, Fournette and Ronald Jones. And I look, they're really good. And I hear all the time how Dallas has the best 3 receivers in the NFL, and they're really good. I mean, if you want to tell me Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, like I'm listening. But the guys on this team, like, are just as good, if not better. Godwin, Evans, and Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was considered the best in the league 2 years ago, 3 years ago. One of the best. Like, if you were saying the 3 best receivers in the league, it was Antonio Brown was in the conversation.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I don't know that he's lost much. He's just been a malcontent. He couldn't stay on a roster. He couldn't keep his feet out from freezing. He wouldn't wear the appropriate helmet. He wouldn't do the right things. He had an allegation of misconduct. None of that was football related. None of that has to do with is he any worse of a receiver. Now, does 2 or 3 years age him a little bit? He's still a young man. So he's their number 3. Godwin and Evans are their first 2. Now, what did you just tell me? They gave up the most yards to receivers?
The most touchdowns to wide receivers in the NFL last year.
So are they any better?
A lot of unknowns.
No, that's how it always is in week 1.
I was thinking about the spread now that, keeps going up. But I think it won't be a blowout, but I think because it's a lot of unknowns in the first game. But I think you are right about double digits.
Is 13 points a blowout? That's not a blowout.
It'll be a good game. Like, it's the first game of the season. We're going to have a lot of overreactions. And
no doubt. I promise that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I promise when we sit here tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of, and God forbid the Dallas wins. All the Cowboy fans who aren't calling in today, promise they're being here.
I'm trying to think of something I'll do if Dallas wins.
No, don't do it. You'll eat cake.
Okay.
You'll eat some of that cake. So that's what is it for you today? What is it you're watching? I'm not worried about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay may lose the game, although I don't think they will, and I'm not worried about Tampa Bay. Unless Tommy goes down, and then I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. I guess I should find that out for you. But to me, this game is so much more about the Cowboys and really, what does that offense look like, and what does the defense look like? Blaine Gabbert's their backup, and then Kyle Trask. Blaine Gabbert is their backup, and then Kyle Trask. Aaron, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care hotline. Hello, Aaron.
Hey, how you doing today, boss man?
What's happening?
Slow motion.
That means you got it figured
This
out.
is my boy,
Nice.
Jeff.
Yeah, that means you got it out.
This is my fam.
Is his former Viking Aaron Henderson?
Yeah.
Right
and
on.
He
Aaron.
played for the Jets.
And the Jets, sweet. Aaron, well, I appreciate you spending some time with us. You ready? You ready for opening night and opening weekend of the NFL? I'm going to guess you put in some miles on the couch this weekend.
Oh, for sure, man. I'm excited about it. It's always good to see, the guys go out there and compete and chase that championship, man. I never got a chance to taste one, but I know what it's all about and the grind and what it takes and what a victory feels like. So I'm excited to watch the season for sure.
Explain. I don't know how to explain people, and people who've never played the game, and I've never played the game, but I've been part of it to a different level. It is so hard to win a football game. I don't think people realize how much goes into a week worth of prep and how hard it is to win a football game.
I don't think I could ever explain it. Even when I talk about, not even doing just the regular season, but the off-season schedule and everything, everybody's kind of surprised. But throughout the week, I mean, everything is dedicated to winning on Sunday. That's your whole focus, your whole dedication. Everything you're trying to get done is making sure that you're putting yourself in the best position and situation to go out there and win on Sundays. And when you come up short, man, it's a terrible feeling. It's tough because you know that you put in everything that you could that week and you still fell short. But you go back to the drawing board and you figure out what you can do for the next week because you know how sweet that victory tastes.
Aaron, what do you expect tonight? I've been saying I think tonight's about the Cowboys more than it is about Tampa Bay. I am not worried about Tampa Bay. They're going to be fine. They've got 22 starters back from a Super Bowl team. Tom Brady's record. I'm not worried about them. To me, I'm looking at a quarterback in Dak Prescott coming off a horrific injury, has not been hit, hadn't played any preseason. I'm looking at a revamped offensive line minus Zach Martin. I'm looking at a defense that was horrible last year. To me, this game's more about Dallas than anything else.
I don't think that there is a worse team for them to open up with than the Bucs defense. That defense, I played with Todd Bowles and with the Jets, and in my second year in that defense, I was much better than my first year in that defense. And I think that's what you're going to see a lot of down there as this season progresses and goes on with them bringing all their starters back. It's kind of scary when I really think about it, considering what they were able to do last year. But Marie and I are actually in a fantasy draft,
yes.
And I think one of my first picks was Tampa Bay's defense because I know what they're going to be able to do this year.
He took a defense so early.
It's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough for them. It's a tough road. But I think it's going to be one of those situations where you learn from it, you grow from it, you get better, and you move on to the next week.
He's former NFL linebacker Aaron Henderson with us on the opening drive. Played with the Vikings and played with the Jets. I don't know if you've ever been injured to that. Not to that extent. If you played football, I know you've been injured, and I know you've been around injuries. Coming back from something, and I think more so about Dak, and I think above the shoulders, Aaron. The psychology of coming back from something like that. His foot was pointed the wrong way. It's been 340 days. And then there was no preseason for him, or no exhibition games. There was preseason, but no games. What do you think he's dealing with right now above the shoulders?
I think the biggest thing is just that it's going to be that first hit. And realizing, okay, I can take it, I can withstand it, I've dealt with it, now I can move on, I can put it past me. I think that was one of the biggest roadblocks that I had coming back from my ACL injury when I was in college. You never want to go through it. You never want to deal with it. And it's a tough road to get back from. But the biggest thing is just going out there and going through it. I don't think there's really any substitute for that or any other way to get back into the groove of things than going out there and doing it.
You blew out your ACL as a freshman at Maryland, and then worked all the way back and were finalists for the Butkus Award, and that's when James Laurinaitis won that. And you went on, played in the Emerald Bowl, and the rehab process, it's grueling, isn't it? I mean, I got to believe there's times you sit there and question, is it worth it?
Especially early on, when you first come out of surgery. As a young kid, I had never experienced anything like that. I never felt that kind of pain. I never felt that kind of trauma. Anytime I stood up, it felt like all the blood in my body was rushing to my knee. To the point where I wasn't even getting up and going to the bathroom. I was just figuring out other ways. Y'all can figure it out for yourselves. But it just hurt to get up. And so as my recovery got better, I mean, as my recovery progressed and I got better, I felt better mentally too. Once you start to be able to do the things that you were able to do before, starting with walking. I know it sounds minor, but I was on crutches for 2 months, I think. So it's like just getting back to the little things and being able to embrace that, and then you start to feel better as you start to feel better mentally as you feel better physically. And I think he had a little minor setback with his shoulder during the preseason and everything, and I know that probably hurt him, but I think it might have benefited him in some ways. And so now it's just a matter of going out there and taking a couple of shots, getting up and ready to keep going.
Right on. What are you doing now, Aaron? I know you're not playing anymore. What do you got going now?
Man, just living life and enjoying it. Just trying to take it day by day and take it as it comes, and enjoying good people in my life like A-Marie, and trying to continue to build.
Good. Well, I enjoyed the conversation. I know we'll do it again. A-Marie came in and said, I got a buddy that's going to drop in, and I like to do this in a bigger format later and spend more time with you. But I appreciate you spending some time with us. A-Marie, thanks for reaching out to Aaron.
Yeah.
This was good perspective, my friend. And be well and enjoy life.
Thanks, Skull Partner.
I love that you're slow motion.
For real, Skull Partner. Hey, happy birthday, Skull Partner. Hope
Thank you.
You're the only dude I've ever met who drafted defense in the first round, by the way.
Oh, it was like the second. It was he went Tampa heavy.
Ever. All right, Aaron, be well.
All right, take it easy, guys.
See ya. All right, that was good, A-Marie.
Thank you.
That was good. Let's do that again.
Okay, yeah.
Jess, I'm going to ask you to hold through the break. Former NFL guy dropped in on us for a little perspective, so I want to hear what you have to say when we come back. I also want to suggest you call On the Spot Auto Detailing. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is terrific. They detail your car, inside, outside. They make it look like brand new. They do an insanely good job. They come to you and do this. What? Yes, Jeff, they come to you wherever it is that's convenient, whenever it's convenient. You don't go to them. They come to your office. They come to your home, and they detail your vehicle. Inside and outside, stains, smells, pet hairs, all the dirt, the gunk, the grime that's on your car is gone. When they're done, it looks and smells and feels like the day you took it off the lot. Now, they also offer paint corrections for anything from scratches to asphalt removal. Gets your car looking like new again. They've got ceramic coating, which is, by the way, the best way to protect any paint for years. They apply it by hand. That makes it last longer, and it gets a more even coat that anybody can offer. It's the best. What they do is insane. The convenience is spectacular, and I recommend On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Give them a call. You can book an appointment right now online at otsdetailing.com. You can call them and schedule an appointment at 505-859-2859. That's 505-859-2859. On the Spot Automotive Detailing. They are spectacular.
Telling it like it is.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Get it across. Set. And ooh, that one was hit with vengeance right there.
Payoff. Handoffs up the middle to Garcia. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 40. Nobody in front of him. 30, 20, 10. And that's a 58-yard touchdown.
Twins to both sides of the field. Lopez back to pass. They're trying to set up the screen. Lopez gets to Gutierrez. He's got blockers and a lot of field in front of him. Gutierrez breaks it into the clear. He might take it to the house. One man to beat on the right sideline. Gutierrez is in for the touchdown. That play was well set up, Coach.
So first snap towards Sierramans. He'll dump it in the backfield. Still a little trickery from the Lobos last night, and it's complete, and it's caught for a first play touchdown.
Down gets it up. Abel Benavides gets it over the net. This time Meyer goes for the back, and it's blocked.
Absolutely. Great defensive effort there between the tackles.
Jenkins will take off up the middle. He's got some room.
Wow.
He's in the secondary. One man to beat. We'll see you later.
Wow.
Nobody will catch James Jenkins on an 86-yard touchdown run. Right up the middle. And there's that track speed that Coach Garris talked about. 86-yard run by James Jenkins right up the middle after the Huskies hold in the red zone.
Brought to you by Quan's Auto Care Collision and Repair. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
NFL pick sheet, they're sending me these. Omar's in. You know Omar will be in on Friday's OD. If Dallas Cowboys win, I'll be expecting some Charlie Pride. He wants that Charlie Pride Cowboys song. If we lose, I'll be Danny Gonzalez. Well, there's the most improvement between the first and second game, and I expect a much sharper effort against the Chargers next week. All right. So I already know what I got from Omar.
Okay.
2460610. Jess, thanks for holding, man. How you doing?
Oh, yeah. El Jefe.
How's it?
It's going well. He said if they lose. Well, he's a Cowboys fan, so he's used to it.
Yeah,
so
I think that's right.
I'm sure he's already has his speech set up. Unfortunately, as much as I hate rooting for the Cowboys, which I never do, I also hate rooting for Tom Brady.
Yes,
I don't care if he wins 200 Super Bowls. Doesn't matter. But I hope they smoke the Cowboys by 30 points. I hope Dak Prescott looks terrible. Never going to wish injury on anybody, but I hope he looks terrible. And I hope there's a bunch of little Cowboy fans crying tomorrow. Howard's used to it, so, it's not going to be anything new for him. I think it's going to be a great, exciting season. And did you say that guy took a defensive team in his first pick in the draft?
It was like the second. His name's Aaron Henderson.
Oh, that's rough.
He played for Todd Bowles. I mean, I don't know.
He's a defensive guy. Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator of Tampa Bay, so he took his old coach's team.
Good for him. I love defense. I hope the rest of his draft went well. We'll see how that goes at the end of the year. Hopefully that's not a money team. Those you have your free leagues where you can do whatever you want, and then you have your money leagues where you don't mess around, right?
Yeah, it matters. Then it matters.
It really does matter when you're the GM, as all of us are Monday morning GMs. That's a big deal when you're talking who knows how much money. And when he gave us a hint, he probably peed in a bottle. We all made that. We made that connection. That's rough. But I think this is going to be an exciting season, as it usually is. But I'm really thinking Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, who's got a big chip on his shoulder, is going to they're going to tear it up this year.
I think so.
And my other bold prediction is, as we've seen a lot of older quarterbacks this happens to, whether it's Brett Favre, other quarterbacks that have been in the league a long time, when you're that age, one hit changes everything. I don't think Tom Brady finishes this season.
I've heard that a bunch.
I think there's going to be a blindside hit coming off the edge that when you're that age, it doesn't matter what kind of avocado ice cream you eat, you just don't recover from that. He's going to get popped, and whether he misses one game, 2 games, I think something's going to happen, and this could be the year Edward is done. I really do feel that that's going to happen because it just can't go on forever, and he can't keep taking hits like that. They can't protect him all the time, and I think it's going to be over. So looking forward to that. Not saying I'm wishing an injury on him, but looking forward to it. And Jeff, you're gonna be surprised. Canceled the park trip this Saturday.
Really?
You want to make it down to UNM?
Nuh-uh. You're going to the game and not going to the park?
I may fit in a little bit. Oh wait, it's soccer too, so I got to deal with my kid's still into soccer, which I've been trying to get him into real sports for years. His mother does it just to irritate me. So after soccer, we'll be heading our way up to UNM, and I think it's going to be an exciting year for Danny Gonzalez. And one of the things that I thought would never happen in a million years, seeing Rocky Long back in that stadium in front of those fans, I would have lost $1 million because I would have never bet that he would have come back, especially as defensive coordinator. So I think it's going to be an exciting year for UNM, and I'm hoping once again the Aggies lose. So I'm going for the trifecta: Packers win, Cowboys loss, and an Aggies loss, hopefully by a combined 60 points those two teams lose.
Could be a good weekend.
I think it's going to be an exciting weekend.
All right. Hopefully I see you out there this weekend, man. Good to hear you.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Anne-Marie, and you guys have a great
you.
morning.
That's good. That's good. So the Brady thing's so interesting to me. I've thought so many times, how does it end? Does he just walk away after winning a Super Bowl? Does he walk away at 45 just going, I'm still good, but or does he get hit and does something happen? I mean, he's been he lost the one season where Matt Castle came in and led him to 11 wins. They make the playoffs. And Matt Castle made a lot of money off of that one season. How does it end? How does, with all due respect to his regimen, his program, and him, he's 42, 43?
43, I believe.
I mean, bottom line is the bottom line. No, I get it. I get it. But it'll be interesting. Sean, hello.
Hey, good morning.
How are you, Sean?
Good. Hey, I just wanted to kind of chime in on the whole smack talk between Aggies and Lobos thing.
Yeah.
I heard what the Lobo coach said, and I mean, looking at New Mexico State in the situation they're in currently, I understand why he did it. It kind of came off as more arrogant than cocky. I mean, you're looking at a team with 46 new players. An embattled head coach who is in the last year of his contract and won't even wear Aggie gear on the sideline.
Yep.
I get why he came off confident, and I don't care about the smack talk, but man, it just came off as just kind of cringy to me. Him especially talking about the Sweet 16 game that he went to, it just seemed he was kind of sad and bitter about it. It's like, did his girlfriend leave him for, an Aggie or something like that? I really don't get it. But I guess I shouldn't expect that much from a school that has such remedial chances. We are New Mexico, and everyone's a Lobo. Woof, woof, woof. I mean, I know literacy is an issue, especially in New Mexico, especially at UNM. But hang in there, guys. It's going to be okay.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Jeff.
See, it wasn't supposed to resonate well with Aggie fan. It was supposed to, and that's good. And see, and he came back with his Barb and remedial school. The woof 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 thing's cute. And he's basically saying, kick us while we're down. That's fine. That's fine. I think it was taken away. So that played out right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything falls in line about right there. I'm down with that. But I don't think that it was supposed to be well received by Aggie fan, nor I'm going to guess does the coach care. Like this isn't gnarly compared to some of the stuff that you listen to at rivalries around the country.
Oh my God.
This is pretty tame. I don't like them. Oh my gosh, he said he doesn't like him.
Go on social media and read the comments people write on just like any athlete.
Anything.
It's
Look, go to rivalry.
incredible.
Like I haven't read it, but I'm going to guess
crazy.
the Iowa State crap that's being thrown back this week is tighter than this. And I haven't read this either, but I promise you, because I know this rivalry, the BYU-Utah smack that's going back and forth up in the Beehive State is a lot deeper than I don't like them. I didn't root for them when they played in our building. I promise. So it's pretty tame. I don't have a problem with any of it. And this goes down to, we can't say anything anymore. Coach says we got to learn how to step on their throats. Oh my gosh, the professor said that's not okay, and that's okay. I mean, if you're offended, you're offended. I've said before, if someone's offended, I guess it's offensive. But what? All right, going back to the phones when we come back, I got a bunch of texts too I got to get to. Now's your chance to save big as a homeowner. It's true. Rates are still incredibly low, meaning you could save up to $1,000 a month, but you got to call American Financing, America's home for home loans. Talk to their salary-based mortgage consultants about custom loan options. Learn about all the ways you can benefit from a refinance, from lower payments to paying off debt, even accessing cash. It's no pressure, and it's focused on you. And you never pay upfront fees or hidden fees, and it can take as little as 10 minutes to get started. You might even postpone 2 mortgage payments. So rates are still low. There's never been a better time to make your move. Pre-qualify for free by calling 505-247-9999. 505-247-9999. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net, NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing.
cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments.
Lobo Hobos requested, can we not mention Thomas Patrick Brady the rest of the show?
Patrick?
That's what it says. I'm just reading it. Edward brought by Cake. Said he paid for parking less. Said, can't Cumulus at least validate his parking ticket if he's bringing goodies? You know what? We could have. Fair enough. I mean, maybe we should have done that. Didn't even think about it. Mud says on the text line, happy birthday, A. Marie.
Thank you. Thank you, Mud. Mud the meanie.
Somebody else said, happy birthday, A. Maria, drinking sangria. Get it? A. Maria, drinking sangria.
Love it.
What if it's A. Marie drinking sangria?
More like A. Marie drinking hard seltzers.
Yeah, right. Have a great day, he said. Somebody said, tell Edward that he was wrong. Tarkenton went to 3 Super Bowls. Joe Kapp was the other Vikings quarterback to go to a Super Bowl. Somebody else said, Edward's such a pompous tool. You give him way too much airtime. Go Lobos. I just read him, man. This guy says, hey, Jeff, just realized JJ isn't there today. Is he busy organizing an anti-stadium rally somewhere? Yes. Yes, he is. I'll let you know when it is and where it is. Manny, I can't go to Manny. Manny's lines, oh, there we go. Hello, Manny, how are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you this morning?
Life's grooving. What's happening?
Oh, man, just calling in, hearing the comments. I have no problem with Coach Gonzalez saying what he said, to be quite honest with you. Sensitivity is way too high now, and, it is what it is. People get over it already. I think the Lobos will get them pretty good this weekend. I don't know if the Aggies are in a rebuilding mode or whatnot. But it'd be nice to start out 2-0. See how that goes.
It would be, right? I mean, it always is. All right. Cool, Manny. So you got the Lobos comfortable.
Yes, sir.
All right. Don't be a stranger. Give us a call again. Thanks, man.
Thank you, man. Have a good one, Jeff.
Later, Manny. Manny called at 505-246-0610. So, I mean, I've heard everything, and I get it. It's a game. I've heard everything from blowout to tighter. I think this is relative. I think it's within the spread. Is the spread going up to 20-something? I mean, the Lobos look nice. I don't know that I thought they looked dominating against Houston Baptist, and I'd like to believe New Mexico State's better than Houston Baptist. I watched them play the first half against San Diego State, and they look like a pretty decent football team for a half. Now, it's a half. And they've scored 13 points in 2 games. I don't know if they can score enough points. Tommy, good morning. How you living, Tommy?
Hey, what's up, guys? Tommy the Truth back at you. I think in this game, and I'm pretty sure this will be the first game I've gone to being here 4 years, I'm going to try to go to the game on Saturday.
Nice.
Are you guys going to be at the tailgate?
Yes.
I am.
I absolutely will look for you guys. But I think in that game, my motto is going to be fly, let it fly. Let that quarterback go, man. Let that ball. I mean, until he looks horrible, just let it fly. Like I said before, you only got him for a year.
That's right.
And try to establish the run if it's there. But if it's not there, don't force it. Just let this guy do what he does. I think they're going to win by 15, 20 points or more. I really do. I think the Lobos are gonna win by double digits.
Okay.
Even though it's a rivalry game. And as far as my Cowboys. The defense is what I'm going to watch the most.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to pay attention to the offense and everything, but I know we're going to score points. I'm not really worried about scoring.
Really?
I'm worried about, like I've told you guys, I think since last year, is the defense and Quinn coming in. The defense structure that he's brought in, considering that debacle, hybrid defense that Nolan tried to do last year, and the guys look totally lost, and seeing if they're going to be able to play some defense to be just a ranked 10th to 20th defense. And I think that would be enough for them to win the division. I don't know how much further. And, yeah, I'm going to watch Dak and see how he's running with the ankle and everything, but I think he's going to be fine. Now, our offensive lineman, he's definitely out, right?
Martin's out, yeah. Martin's out.
Yeah, it's too bad he couldn't get 2 negative tests before the time being, and that's going to hurt too. But I've always said the thing that hurt the Cowboys the last few years on the offensive line is losing Travis Frederick. And I do think, as important as the left guard is, I think the center is even more important because he calls everything out. That was devastating to the Cowboys, losing him because he quit because of some type of illness or disease that he had. He had to retire early from football. That was devastating for the Cowboys.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I know we will. Tommy, good to hear you, and looking forward to seeing you out there this weekend. Look at every line is
Yeah,
full.
I'm getting out there first game, so it's the best one to go to, right? Rivalry
no,
game.
this will be fun. Enjoy it. All right.
All right, guys.
Later. That opens up. Well, is this the first time? It is. She's on the phone. First time, I think, since A-Marie's been here. Every line is full. Let's keep it going. Hello, Fred.
Hey, Jeff. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, you're talking about rivalries, and I was just wondering, does a rivalry ever stop if you just beat somebody like 10 straight times or 15?
I think it
straight
softens.
times,
I think it becomes less relevant. Yeah, I think the nail has to beat the hammer every once in a while for it to be a rivalry. Yeah.
Well, the reason I was saying that, I was listening to the BYU Nation, and
it's 10. Yeah,
I heard
10.
this guy said that he would take a win over BYU and lose all the rest of the games during the season. If they could beat Utah, they play Utah.
Yeah.
If they can beat Utah, he'd take that win and lose all the rest of the games. That's how important it is to him. And I don't know if you know, in the last 10 games, do you know what it is?
Yeah,
what they've done? I know.
Utah's won 10 in a row.
Won 9 in a row.
9 in a row? Is it 9? Okay, I thought it was 10, but it was 9. Okay.
Well, that's what they said on the BYU.
Okay, no, you're probably right.
I mean, it's a huge game for BYU. But I'm just wondering, like Iowa State, New Mexico State. I know we've won about twice as many as New Mexico State, but they have been winning a little bit more. But I just was wondering, can it ever stop? Like, if you win so much, is it really a rivalry?
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think it's a fair question, and it's a good perspective. Fred, thank you. Appreciate you.
Okay, yeah.
Utah, that's the Holy War, which I don't know. We can get into that another day. What's the best name for these things? Iron Bowl, Holy War, the Big Game, the Apple Cup, whatever.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Holy War is pretty good. But I'll tell you what, that's a big deal for BYU now, because that matters in that state. That matters a lot. Terry, good morning. How are you, Terry?
Good morning, Jeff. I kind of thought on ProView we'd see A-Marie hanging from chandeliers, maybe doing Jello shots.
You missed that part?
Not yet.
Yeah, I was wondering when it kind of went dead there for a couple minutes that something went wild and crazy. But I'll look.
Well, Edward was
for
bringing
the
us
video.
cake. Edward was bringing us cake.
Well, I'm glad he didn't try to do some dance for you or anything with him trying to do that. Show up in a police uniform and think she's fancy. But Jeff, just lighthearted. I'll be quick today. I was trying to think back to when I turned 35 and Buffalo was losing Super Bowls, Cowboys were winning Super Bowls, and Chris Webber was finding out that there's not unlimited timeout in an NCAA championship game.
So it's been a minute.
Time flies when you're having fun. But and then also from the college football, just as Jerry Palm said, yes, the Big 12's going down, but what did he say on Clemson? Strength of schedule now after one game. So, besides Clemson in the ACC, who do they have? The Pac-12 has been kind of up and down, and it was very good for UCLA to step up for the conference, and maybe Utah will do the same. But I think a big game for who's left in the Big 12 this week will be Iowa State. When you talk about rivalry games, for them to hold it together. And yes, we would see when TV renegotiates money, how it's going. So, A-Marie, enjoy the rest of your birthday. Be safe. Have as much fun as you can.
Thank you.
Jeff, as always, you're doing a great job. You guys take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you. Terry called us at 505-246-0610. You want me to take? Let me take Howard, and then we'll take the break and finish and keep him going. But the phones have been just sizzling right now. What are you laughing at me for?
I love it.
All right. Hello, Howard.
People are pumped.
Hello, lady and gentlemen.
Hello.
And I wished A-Marie a happy birthday already off the air. So, hey, and Terry, just a good job? Not an excellent job?
That's right.
Come on, Terry.
I can handle that.
Got to be a homer when you're calling into the opening drive, correct?
I can handle that. I'm all right. It was nice of him.
Jess is painfully accurate in his assessment of I am so used to the mediocrity of my Cowboys. It was so kind of him to point that out. Thanks, Jess. I really appreciate you, buddy. And now we have a brand new recipient of Costco cake, do we not?
Yes, we do. Yeah, no, A-Marie got the sheet, the Costco cake. It was even inscribed or squirted on. What do you call it when you squirt the stuff on there?
I don't know.
It had
who
words
knows,
on it.
But I think she might be one of the first ones that ever got it, custom made or whatever we'll call it. So,
I'm going to tell you guys, and you know what? I'm not an obnoxious Cowboy fan. You know that, Jeff. I'm a very realistic Cowboy fan. So we are going to take the field tonight in our sissy blue uniforms, and we're going to look across at that town. You know, the first hit is going to be the most important hit for Dak. But I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just like, if you they have to play mistake-free football even to keep within 10. I think. I don't see that happening, being an opening game of the year. It almost feels like being a native New Mexican. You know, I've been to many matanzas and, you know, slaughters of animals. It feels like we're taking a sheep to slaughter tonight. And the Cowboys, you know, we could even sing Jerry Had a Little Lamb, no, not go there. Huh? But I'm realistic. I'm hoping for the best, but believe me, I'm not watching a game with anybody but my wife because she's seen me cry before.
Be careful.
You guys have a great day.
See ya,
Bye-bye.
Howie. That's good. There's a Cowboy fan, and is like, yeah, I'm not sure this is going to go well tonight. All right, keep them coming. I got two lines open for you at 505-246-0610. Get through those and listen to what you have to say when we come back. All in autographs. What is it? It is first class, world-class destination for premier sports memorabilia and collectibles. What does that mean? It's like a museum. When you walk into, and I'm not telling you this out of anything but 100% honesty. When I heard about it, I didn't know what to expect. Okay, I've seen collectible shops in Albuquerque. This is as good as anything I've ever seen anywhere in any major city. Collectibles from the world of sports, music, entertainment, history. The collection's insane. I spent 2 hours looking at the walls. It was like a museum, and I wanted to take stuff home. If you're looking for a gift, whether it's for yourself or for that person who buys everything for themselves, and you want to make a wow gift, go to All In Autographs. There will be something that you want. Cards, you're a trader, you enjoy looking at cards, they've got an insane selection. Autographed jerseys, autographed framables, you'll find them at All In Autographs. You can ask them about their VIP club. You receive newsletters every month, get invited to whiskey tasting, cigar events with the celebrities who they bring in. All In Autographs is all that. Tell them you heard about here on the opening drive, and you get $25 off your purchase of $100 or more. They're at 2225 Wyoming Northeast. That's Wyoming, just south of Manal in the Hoffman Town Center. You can call them at 505-504-7575 or take a look at them online, and you'll get an idea what they're all about at allinautographs.com. Again, 2225 Wyoming Northeast. Go check them out, and you'll enjoy just hanging out in the shop with the guys. They're wonderful. All In Autographs is Albuquerque's premier sports memorabilia and collectible destination.
Quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Dropped in ace for Michaela Martinez.
No score here in the top of the third. Swing on the outside.
Old for El Dorado right before we came back with that big play. He's going to the corner. He's wide open. It's a touchdown to Omar El Shanawi.
Sophomore out of Abbottsville County. That one's hit well, and Ziegler. Rivera back to pass. Throws, got a receiver open, caught.
Wow.
Touchdown. What a throw from Rivera to Ben Wilson. That's a 32-yard, 29-yard strike. Academy on the board. Peyton Prop, and hit hard by Ziegler over the center fielder's head. Can't get to it. That will score Delosier. They send her home. There's the throw. She's in there safe.
Shot through. Bynum with the game-leading goal. Lamar Bynum.
Looking in the end zone, going to Garris. Caught down at the 6-yard line. First down. Wow. Yeah. What a catch by Kellen Garris.
Goes around Bynum. Here's Kumar. Can Kumar even this up? He does! What a dribble shot.
Play by Martinez, blocked up front by Kalajic. The angle blocked straight down by Wallace. McIntosh for the swing, and she got it. Number 1,000 in the career of Sydney McIntosh here.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.